Committee on Dangerous Drugs. The meeting is now called to order.
On behalf of the Committee on Public Order and Safety, this quad committee is now resumed, di ba? It's now resumed.
For the Committee on Human Rights, this committee is now resumed.
For the Committee on Public Accounts, the hearing is now called to order.
Thank you. Comsec, kindly lead the prayer for our committee hearing for today.
Let us all please rise and place ourselves in the presence of God. Lord God Almighty, thank you for this auspicious day. Thank you for gathering us once more in this hall aptly called People Center. It is raining and we are thankful. We offer, however, this prayer for your people who are weary and concerned that the rains will cause them pain and suffering. We pray that you ease their burden. We pray for each one present today. Ease each one's worry, whatever they may be. We pray for our leaders so they may be guided by your wisdom and will. We pray for our resource persons that they find in their hearts and minds the sanctity of their oath that they professed in this public hearing, to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. Above all, we pray for our country and your people. May we all find peace in this land and peace within our hearts and minds. All this we pray in your name. Amen.
Amen. In the name of the Father, Son, Holy Spirit. Amen. Please remain standing for the singing of the national anthem.
Bayang magiliw, perlas ng silanganan, alam ng puso, sa titik mo'y buhay. Lupang hinirang, duyan ka ng magiting, sa manlulupit, di ka pasisingil, sa dagat at bundok, sa simoy at sa langit kong baghang, may ilang ang tula at awit sa paglayang minamahal. Ang kisap ng watawat mo'y tagumpay na nagdidinig, ang bituin at araw niya kailan pang may magdidilim. Lupa ng araw ng waraming pagsinta, ay langit sa dilim mo. Aming ligaya dapat may mga apit, ang mamatay ng dahil sa'yo.
The next agenda for today's committee hearing is the roll call of the members present in this proceedings.
Mr.
Comsec,
Chairman,
Ms. Congressman Akop,
may I respectfully move that we dispense with the calling of the roll. So move, Mr. Chair.
there is a motion
Second motion.
to dispense with the calling of the roll, duly seconded. Are there any objections? Hearing none, the motion is approved. The next in the agenda is the approval of the minutes of the meeting held last August 28, 2024. Is there any motion?
Mr. Chair,
Congressman Akop,
may I respectfully move that we dispense with the reading of the minutes of the last hearing and consider it as approved. So move, Mr. Chair.
there is a motion to dispense with the reading of the minutes of the meeting held last August 28, 2024, and for the approval of the same, duly seconded. Are there any objections? Hearing none, the motion is carried. So before we proceed with the committee hearing proper, please allow the chair to deliver his opening remarks. Magandang umaga po sa ating lahat. Good morning to our Senior Deputy Speaker, Dong Gonzales, the head of the Task Force Quadcom, the Honorable Co-Chairman of the four standing committees, esteemed colleagues, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for being here today as we continue this crucial and profoundly significant investigation. Our focus remains on unraveling the web of extrajudicial killings, the collusion between a well-organized syndicate and government officials in the drug trade, and the criminal activities linked to POGOs. In our previous hearings, serious allegations came to light. Witnesses claimed that former President Rodrigo Roa Duterte was directly involved in the execution of Chinese drug personalities while they were detained in Davao. According to these testimonies, these executions were allegedly carried out in exchange for money and promises of release from imprisonment. Such accusations, if proven true, reveal a systematic abuse of power and a deliberate elimination of individuals for financial gain, all under the pretext of maintaining public order. Additionally, witness Mr. Jimmy Guban provided further incriminating information detailing drug shipments that were allegedly facilitated by government officials with close ties to Mr. Michael Yang, a figure widely suspected of being a key player in the drug trade. Our investigation has also scrutinized the suspicious accumulation of wealth by certain individuals seemingly tied to the illegal operations of POGOs. Evidence suggests that the Chinese crime syndicates have employed Filipino dummies to establish shell corporations designed to conceal profits generated from illegal activities. This elaborate scheme not only undermines our financial systems but also poses a serious threat to national security by enabling large-scale money laundering and other criminal enterprises within our borders. Today's session will continue to peel back the layers of this criminal network as we piece together the connections between these individuals, organizations, and public officials involved. Our goal is to uncover the full extent of these operations, expose those responsible, and hold them accountable. We are committed to fulfilling our duty to the Filipino people by seeking justice and preserving the integrity of our government institutions. Again, magandang umaga po sa ating lahat, sa ating mga kasamahan sa mababang kapulungan, sa ating former President Gloria Macapagal-Arroyo, our Senior Deputy Speaker Dong Gonzales, and to all our resource persons, magandang umaga and maraming salamat. We now recognize the Chair of the Committee on Public Order and Safety, Congressman Dan Fernandez. You are recognized.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Chair. To my co-chairs, our esteemed colleagues, former President Gloria Macapagal-Arroyo, Senior Deputy Speaker Dong Gonzales, kung saan nagsimula ang lahat ng ito through his resolution, resource persons and guests, magandang umaga po sa ating lahat. By now, there can be no doubt in anyone's mind that powerful people are behind this large-scale, multi-billion peso criminal enterprise involving drug trafficking, POGOs, and extrajudicial killings. The fact that several key personalities of POGO corporations have managed to evade the long arm of the law speaks volumes of the power they wield and the resources at their disposal. Our findings have firmly established that Chinese nationals obtained Filipino citizenship by fraudulent means, then proceeded to acquire vast land holdings through businesses disguised as Filipino-owned corporations. In the course of our inquiry, I believe that one thing will eventually be made clear, that drug money is the source of POGO money, and that POGO money is a source of criminal activities including EJKs. Sa araw na ito, nais kong bigyan diin ang 3 punto ukol sa ating investigasyon sa mga illegal na POGO. Una, ang importansya ng testimonya ni Cassandra Ong at iba pang mga resource persons na maaaring makapagbigay ng impormasyon ukol sa mga makapangyarihang tao na nasa likod ng operasyon ng illegal na POGO. Nitong nakaraang hearing, ay nakita natin na nagdadalawang isip si Cassandra Ong na ibahagi ang totoong ginagampanan niya bilang authorized representative ng Lucky South 99. Hindi rin siya handa upang pangalanan ang mga boss o pinanser ng mga illegal POGO operations. Tinanggihan niya ang pagkakataon na ibinigay ng Quadcom na magkaroon ng isang executive session. Sa umpisa ay pumayag siya na mag-execute ng bank waiver, ngunit ito ay kanyang binawi dahil sa alang-alang niya na ito ay magsisilbing ebidensya laban sa kanya sa kasong money laundering na inihain ng PAOK at AMLAC. Being the beneficial owner of 58% of the shares of Whirlwind Corporation and the trusted translator of Whirlwind Director Duan Ren Wu, it stands to reason that she has the sufficient knowledge about the affairs of the two companies. As for the testimony of Lucky South 99 Incorporators Ronaldin Baterna and Stephanie Mascareñas, we have seen that Chinese nationals have assigned them as officers of the POGO corporations and even made it appear that they have invested millions as paid-up capital in order to give a semblance of the Filipino ownership of the POGO corporations. Ang ikalawang punto ay ang paglaganap ng mga illegal na POGO sa ating bansa. Noong August 31, 2024, nagkaroon ng raid sa illegal POGO hub sa Lapu-Lapu City, Cebu. Ang POGO na ito ay nag-ooperate ng romance at cryptocurrency scams sa loob ng Tourist Garden Hotel sa Barangay Agus. Mula sa operasyong ito ay may nahuling mga 160 plus na Indonesians, Chinese at Burmese nationals. Sinasabi ng PAOK na ang mga boss sa operasyon na ito ay maaaring nanggaling sa POGO Hub sa Porac, Pampanga na nakatakas noong raid sa Lucky South 99 kamakailan lamang. Sa pangyayaring ito, ating makikita na mataas ang posibilidad ng paglaganap ng mga illegal na POGO sa kabila ng ban na inutos ng ating Pangulo. Ang mga POGO operators ay nakapaglabas na ng bilyong-bilyong piso para sa pagtakbo ng kanilang negosyo sa ating bansa. Nakita natin na gagawin nila ang lahat, legal man o illegal, upang mabawi ang kanilang inilabas na pondo. Well-funded sila. At nakita natin na kaya-kaya nilang lusutan ang ating mga otoridad. Ikatlong punto ay ang koneksyon ng POGO sa makapangyarihang tao tulad ni Hong Jiang-yang. Si Hong Jiang-yang ay kapatid ni Michael Yang na naging Presidential Economic Advisor ng dating Pangulong Duterte. Si Hong Jiang-yang ay may kaugnayan kay Alice Go o Gong Waping at Yu Shengkan ng POGO operator ng Hongsheng Gaming Technology. May kaugnayan din siya sa isang nagngangalang Gerald T. Cruz ng Brick Hearts Technology, isang POGO service provider. These links alone do not mean that they are involved in illegal activities, and that is the reason why at the proper time I shall seek a motion to invite several key personalities to the succeeding hearings, and it will be up to them whether to use the opportunity to air their side of the issue. And finally, ang kakulangan ng mga kasalukuyang batas na pinaiiral ng ating pamahalaan ay kailangan ng masusugan sa lalong madaling panahon upang sa ganoon ay maiwasan na ang mga pangyayaring sinasamantala ng mga mapang-abuso nating mamamayan, nasa gobyerno man o wala, Pilipino man o banyaga. Hindi natin may sasantabi ang mga pangyayaring naganap sa nakaraang administrasyon ay patuloy nating nararamdaman sa kasalukuyang panahon. Akusahan man tayo na ang lahat ng ating ginagawa sa mga committee ito mula noon hanggang ngayon at pag-iimbestiga ng iba't ibang personalidad na natutukoy ng ebidensya at pangyayari ay may bahid politika. Be that as it may, this Quad Committee will not stop. We will not even blink. We will not be affected. The resolve as mandated to us to achieve is far from over. As evidences continue to flow and being verified together by all of us in such a way, transparency and honesty are always being observed. Dangerous as it might be, we, as a public official, mandated by the Constitution to uphold the law at all times, must face the outcome and consequences of this investigation. Pagbantaan nyo man kami, siraan man kaming lahat mula ulo hanggang paa, gumamit man ng mga tao upang mabago ang takbo at kalalabasan ng investigasyon, iisa lamang ang nagsusimigaw na katotohanan. Kailanman ang ebidensya ay hindi magsisinungaling. Tamaan na ang tamaan, masaktan na masaktan, we will continue on this investigation and collate all the pieces of evidences linking different elements together with corroborating statements from resource persons to come out with a law that will give way to a better place to live for you and for me and for the future generation. Minsan lang tayong dadaan sa mundong ito at sa ating pagdaan, gawin na natin ang tama dahil sa tama kailanman we will never go wrong. Maraming salamat po, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Congressman Dan Fernandez. The next to deliver his opening remarks is our co-chair, Congressman Joseph Stephen Caraps Paduano. You're recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. For the interest of time, Mr. Chairman, I'd rather submit my opening remarks to the COMSEC for record purposes. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
That's noted. COMSEC, please take note of that. The next to deliver his opening remarks is another co-chair, the chairman of the Committee on Human Rights, Congressman Benny Abante. You're recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Kala ko si Congressman Dan lang ang magbibigay ng opening remarks. Any rate, to my to my fellow co-chairs and colleagues in the Quad Committee, our resource persons and guests, ang mga colleagues ko po dito, binabati ko rin po ang ating former President, GMA. Magandang umaga po sa inyo lahat. In the book of Proverbs, chapter 6, verse 27 and 28, we are asked, can a man take fire in his bosom and his clothes not be burned? Can one go upon hot coals and his feet not be burned? In our last 3 hearings, we have answered this question. The testimonies we have heard clearly illustrate the interconnectedness of wrongdoing, domino effects of sins, of how evil begets evil. Kaya akma po na ang magiging focus ng ating hearing ngayon ay POGO. Dahil dati, maraming nagsabi na hindi naman ito nakakasama. The gamblers are not Filipinos. Hindi mga kababayan natin ang nakukurap. But as we have discovered, this is simply not true. We have learned that the impact of gambling does not stop with the individual gambler. The money earned from POGOs, we have learned, supports and leads to other forms of wrongdoing, fraud, prostitution, money laundering, corruption, even torture and kidnapping. Hindi lamang yan. May testigo tayo, si Lieutenant Colonel Jovi Espinido, who informed us that drug money was used to fund the quota system in the previous administration's war on drugs that resulted in thousands of deaths. Blinded by profit, for the love of money is the root of all evil. Those who were expected to uphold human rights ignored due process and committed injustices in the name of justice. After all that we have learned this Quad Committee, can anyone now say with a straight face that gambling is a harmless vice? Sana po, in the course of our hearings, we can all finally open our eyes to the fact that the evil of gambling extends far beyond personal sin. It is a societal evil, one that can corrupt our country and destroy lives. This interconnectedness of sin is why it is crucial for us to push forward in our hearings. We must recognize that even small acts of wrongdoing can have far-reaching consequences. Sin begets sin, just as a single stone dropped into a pond creates ripples that spread far and wide. We cannot fool ourselves into thinking that these small illicit actions do not matter. My friends, we must recognize that we can only counter the seeds of sin by sowing the seeds of righteousness. I urge all our participants, all our resource persons, choose honesty over deceit, right over wrong, life over death. By doing so, we not only keep our nation from falling into the trap of sin, but we also create a ripple effect of goodness that can contribute to building the bagong Pilipinas we all aspire for. Let the axe fall where it should fall. Pagpapatuloy po namin itong hearing namin hanggat matapos po ito at tayo makagawa ng magandang batas upang once and for all, ihinto na ang mga kalokohan dito sa ating bayan. Magandang umaga po sa inyo lahat.
Thank you, Bishop Congressman Benny Abante. So before we proceed with the hearing proper, may we ask the committee secretary to please acknowledge our resource person for today's committee hearing. Comsec?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. In today's hearing, we have with us from the Anti-Money Laundering Council, we have Attorney Adrian Arpon and Attorney Emmet Manantan. From the Bureau of Immigration, we have Attorney Homer Arellano, the head of the Prosecution and Legal Assistance Section, and Attorney Ongkad. From the Bureau of Internal Revenue, we have Attorney Sevantan Orculia. From the Bureau of Corrections, we have with us Superintendent Gerardo Padilla. From the Department of Foreign Affairs, we have Ms. Sheila Briones and Mr. Amer Tago. From the Department of Interior and Local Government, we have Yusek Juan Victor Llamas. From the Land Registration Authority, we have Attorney Salviente Thaddeus Elizalde, the Acting Director of Legal Service. From the National Bureau of Investigation, we have Attorney Agrifina de la Cruz, Attorney Ross Jonathan Galicia, and Attorney Yentel Malikad. From the Office of the Solicitor General, we have Ms. Sheila Marie Sulit Andaya. From the Philippine Amusement and Gaming Corporation, we have Brigadier General Raul Villanueva and Ms. Laarni Orbeta. From the Presidential Anti-Organized Crime Commission, I'm not sure if they are around. Please present yourselves. From the Bureau of Customs, we have Attorney Willie Sarmiento. From the Philippine Drug Enforcement Agency, we have with us the Director General, DG Moro Virgilio Lazo. From the Philippine Statistics Authority, we have Engineer Marisa Grande, the Assistant National Statistician. From the Securities and Exchange Commission, we have Attorney Hali Oliver Labayo. From the Philippine National Police, we have Police Brigadier General Jose Hidalgo. And also Police Colonel J. Dimaandal. From the local government units, we have with us Mayor Carmelo Lazatin. From Porac, Pampanga, also represented by Engineer Myla Agasan and Mr. Glenn Lansangan. And from the Hongsheng Gaming Technology, we have Mr. Dennis Kunanan. From Lucky South 99, Ms. Ronelyn Baterna and Norman Macapagal. Also with us from Lucky South 99 Outsourcing, its President Julian M. Linsangan, Edwin C. Ang, and Marlon Ryan Chua. From Lucky South 99 Limited, yes, also Mr. Dennis Kunanan and Norman Macapagal. And other invitees, we have with us Mr. Alberto Rodolfo de la Serna, Mrs. Nela T. Cruz de Guzman, from the DOJ, you have Attorney Wesley Young. And that's all. Also, Ms. Cassandra Ong is still under contempt and in our detention facility. Thank you, Mr. Chair, Your Honors.
Thank you, Comsec. Before we proceed again to the committee hearing proper, allow the chair first to dispose of some admin matters that we have at the moment. So may we ask the co-chair, Congressman Paduano, to please discuss all our admin matters that we wish to take up this morning.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman, during the third hearing, Attorney Harry Roque, under oath, committed to this committee that he will submit all those documents that being requested by this honorable committee. First, Mr. Chairman, he was required to submit medical hospital records and proof of 2 surgeries performed on Ms. Myla Roque. But I have here right now the letter of Ms. Myla Roque requesting for her excuse in today's hearing. Isa lang pong surgery ang nangyari sa kanya last year. So, and until now, Mr. Harry Roque has not yet submitted this document. Second, Mr. Chairman, the deed of sale and BIR transfer payments of the 1.8 hectares of land in Multinational Village, Parañaque. Third, all documents submitted to the Securities and Exchange Commission regarding the transfer of shares to Attorney Percival Ortega. Fourth, extrajudicial settlement of estate to the unnamed aunt, including corresponding BIR tax returns. Fifth, the statement of asset and liabilities of Mr. Harry Roque from 2016 to 2022. Sixth, income tax return of Jiang Cham Holdings and Trading Incorporated for calendar years 2014 to 2022. Six, Mr. Harry Roque and his wife income tax return for calendar years 2014 to 2022. And seventh, beneficial ownership of transparency from the BOTD or similar documents showing true and beneficial ownership submitted to the SEC concerning Jiang Cham Holdings and Trading Incorporated. The seventh, judicial affidavit executed by Ms. Ronelyn Baterna and judicial affidavit executed by Cassandra Ong. All these documents being requested or directed for Harry Roque, Mr. Harry Roque to submit in this committee until I have received, Mr. Chairman, and we have received a letter from him for a motion to quash, and maybe that will be discussed on the later part of this hearing, Mr. Chairman. So all the documents which was committed by Mr. Harry Roque was not submitted to this committee for the record, Mr. Chairman. Now, to this SEC, they're required to submit beneficial ownership and transparency form or similar documents showing true and beneficial ownership submitted to the SEC concerning Jiang Cham Holdings and Trading Incorporated. Nandito po, nasabi na po, beneficial ownership for 2021 and 2022. For SSS, list of SSS members and dates of membership, coverage of employees of Hongsing Gaming Technology, Jiang Cham Holdings and Trading Corporation, Sun Yuan Technology, Baofu, Lucky South 999, Lucky South 999 Outsourcing, Lucky South 999 Limited Corporation, and Wilwin Corporation. This was requested by Congressman Dagook. Comsec, have they submitted all those documents for being required from SSS?
Mr. Chair, we have not yet received such documents.
With that, Mr. Chairman, I move to issue a show cause order for the SSS. So move, Mr. Chairman.
There's a motion to issue a show cause order to SSS. Duly seconded. Hearing no objection, the motion is carried.
For the BID, Mr. Chairman, personal details of POGO IGL workers whose working visas were cancelled. BID, have you submitted that?
Good morning, Mr. Chair. Yes, Mr. Chair, those were previously submitted.
Thank you. Now, let me proceed with the AFAB. AFAB was ordered to submit the feasibility studies relative to the business venture in Bataan submitted by Attorney Harry Roque. AFAB, COMSEC, have they submitted?
We have not yet received such
Is AFAB,
documents.
AFAB present? Wala. Mr. Chairman, I move to issue a show cause order for AFAB to submit these feasibility studies relative to the business venture in Bataan by the company of Mr. Harry Roque. So move, Mr. Chairman.
There is a motion to issue a show cause order to AFAB. Duly seconded. Any objections? No objections. Motion is carried.
Next is for the PNP to submit documents mentioned by Lieutenant Colonel Espinido in his affidavit, such as the list of police generals and other PNP officials who received money from Kerwin Espinosa's group, as indicated in the ledger, and copies of cleared checks that were recovered from their account. Mr. Chairman, is the COMSEC, has the PNP submitted?
Not yet, sir.
Is there any representative from the PNP? From the PNP? Wala.
We have a representative, sir.
Before we dispose with that matter, Mr. Chairman, let me move to the next matter. The last, for NAPOLCOM Commissioner Edelberto Linardo, is he present? Police Retired Colonel, and now NAPOLCOM Commissioner Linardo, is he present? Last 3 years, copy of SALN. Wala.
Mr. Chairman, last hearing, Colonel Leonardo was present.
Yeah, but the COMSEC, did he submit the documents being required from him?
Not yet, sir.
Mr. Chairman, I move to issue a show cause for NAPOLCOM Commissioner Edelberto Linardo for his SALN for the last 3 years. So move, Mr. Chairman.
There is a motion to issue a show cause order for Colonel Edelberto Leonardo and submit documents required by the committee. Duly seconded. Hearing no objection, the motion is carried.
Same as true with Police Major General Rumi Karamat, he was required to submit his SALNs for the last 3 years. Is General Karamat present?
Sir, he sent an excuse letter, but the document has not yet been submitted.
Again, Mr. Chairman, I move to issue a show cause order for Major General Romeo Karamat with regards to his SALN for the past 3 years. So move, Mr. Chairman.
If I may, Congressman
Yes, Chairman.
Karamat, Congressman Paduano, there's an emergency in the family of General Karamat, so we'll give him that time to be able to comply with the requirements of the Quadcom.
I yield to the ruling of the chair.
Thank you.
Allow me to proceed, Mr. Chairman. For Mr. Julian Linsangan, Lucky South 999 Outsourcing, you are ordered to submit a copy of the deed of sale of 2,500 square meter property of Puting Kahoy amounting to 16.7 million at 7,000 pesos per square meter. Nasubmit ba ito, Comsec? Is Mr. Linsangan present? Mr. Linsangan? Oh, did you submit and complied? You submitted na? When? Please approach the mic.
Good morning, Mr. Chair. Yes, Your Honor, today na-submit na po.
Just today.
Yes, Your Honor.
Comsec, do you confirm? Kindly check. Okay, thank you po.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Next, Mr. Chairman, to the AMLAC. Copy of initial report, investigation on Whirlwind Corporation and Lucky South 999. AMLAC. Please.
Good morning, Mr. Chair. We have it with us, Your Honor, but can we manifest that we present it to you in an executive session, sir?
Chairman, the AMLAC has a copy of those documents being required to them by this committee, and they are requesting for an executive session. Will we grant them?
Does the information you wish to share with the committee has a national security implication, attorney?
Mr. Chair, we are in the process of finalizing the filing of our
Okay.
charges, sir.
We will
So-
evaluate your request, and please stand by so the committee can decide on the request from your office.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Please proceed.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Next is the DOJ status of DOJ investigation and update of cases against personalities of Lucky South 999 and Whirlwind. DOJ is present. DOJ. DOJ and BI.
NBI is present. DOJ. Any representative from
From the
DOJ?
NBI, sir.
Anyway, Mr. Chairman, to dispose such requirements, pwede naman po mamaya dun sa POGO, pwede natin tanungin sila on the updates of the case. So, okay lang po. Just wait for the time. No? Now, next is for the PAGCOR, list of approved license as well as unlicensed POGO nationwide. PAGCOR.
Good morning, sir. The document, sir, it's on its way, sir, because we're just awaiting for the signature of the chairman of the transmittal letter, sir.
When was that? Will be submitted in this committee today?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Today?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. Now, to the Bureau of Immigration, yung copy po, I was the one who requested it, the copy of the official document from Indonesia containing the reasons of deportation with regards to Cassandra Ong and Miss Sheila Go.
We submitted it this morning, Your Honor.
Thank you. To the DFA, copy of official document from Indonesia containing the reasons, the same, DFA. DFA is present. DFA, please. Submitted na? Oh, okay, DFA, you have submitted na. This document, thank you. Para bilisan po natin. Then, all the five documents being requested was addressed to COMSEC. Number 1, to secure a copy of the death certificate of Mayor Navarro of Claren, Misamis Occidental. I was informed by COMSEC that they have already sent a letter request for this matter. And then, to secure official report on PIS Roberto Quinto on the death of Roberto Quinto. We have a copy now.
Yes,
Mr. Chairman.
Mr. Chairman, I have here a copy from the Bureau of Corrections pertaining to the report on the death of PIS Robert Quinto and the report on the Chinese nationals charged with illegal drugs who died from July 2016 to 2017.
Yes, Mr. Chairman. So, let me proceed, Mr. Chairman.
Please proceed.
Kaunti na lang to. With regards to the excuse letter made by Mr. Harry Roque last hearing, in relation to the engagement abroad. COMSEC?
As of now, sir, we have searched the internet for the address, but unfortunately, there is no email, only its website. We have contacted them, but no reply so far.
Please follow up na lang po.
Yes, sir.
Next is for Mr. De La Serna records of enrollment in Omni Aviation School. Nandiyan na po?
Yes, sir.
Ingi ako ng kopya.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Then, for the AMLAC, status of our request, yung asset preservation order. Can you, okay, can you appraise the committee na lang doon sa executive session with regards to that? Sama na po natin. That's all, Mr. Chairman. Thank you.
Thank you, Congressman Paduano. In addition to the list of admin matters mentioned by Congressman Paduano, there are more admin matters received by the committee. The committee received a letter from Superintendent Gerardo F. Padilla requesting for transfer of his detention from Bikutan and requesting the committee to grant him an executive session on a very important information he wished to reveal. We are also in receipt of a letter from Cassandra Ong, Catherine Cassandra Ong, explaining to the committee why she has not signed the waiver she promised during an open hearing. And in her letter, she stated the reason was because there was already a money laundering case filed by the National Bureau of Investigation. Therefore, the waiver does not apply anymore because we can have access on her financial records and bank transactions pursuant to the Anti-Money Laundering Act. Another letter, the committee received a...
In relation to Cassandra also, she's being invited on September 5 by Senate. Okay na yun.
Okay, there's also a letter coming from Attorney Andre B. Mortel from the Senate Committee on Justice and Human Rights requesting Ms. Cassandra Ong to be present on September 5, 2024 at 1 p.m. to be part of their panel on the investigation that they are conducting at the moment. So last is the letter from, excuse letter from Attorney Maria Gracia Dioco. Excuse letter stating the reason that she has a hearing to attend to in Mabalacat City, Pampanga at 9 o'clock this morning.
Mr. Chairman, for the information of the members, the mentioned name, Attorney Dioko, is the attorney that notarized the sublease agreement between Whirlwind and Lucky South 999.
Mr. Chair.
Yes, Congressman Flores.
Mr. Chair, as far as the letter of Superintendent Padilla requesting for the executive session, Mr. Chair, in as much as we want to keep this public and transparent, and if it appears that his testimony is not going to affect national security or is contrary to public morals or decency, Mr. Chair, then I don't think that we should allow an executive session in that matter, Mr. Chair.
While I agree with the position of Congressman Keith Flores on the issue of the request by Superintendent Padilla, may I request, Your Honor, that we take it up later after we complete the discussion on other matters related to our topic for today. And we will hold in abeyance for the meantime the decision of the committee on the statement made by Congressman Flores.
Very well, Mr. Chair.
Thank you.
Mr. Chair,
Congressman Abante.
while you said that we are holding in abeyance the request of Superintendent Padilla, I would like to register my objection to the executive session agreeing with Congressman Flores about this. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
May I likewise request Congressman Abante, the co-chair and the chair of the Committee on Human Rights, to, if I may request Congressman Abante to defer for the meantime decision of the chair and the committee on the position you stated together with Congressman Flores.
Yes, Mr. Chair. But also, I also would like to mention the request, the letter of Catherine Cassandra Ong, which I also object, Mr. Chair.
So, okay, that the
The fact,
statement.
Mr. Chair, the fact that she is not even present today she ought to be present, not only to write a letter to us, but she should be present and tell it to us directly.
Okay, Comsec, can we ask Cassandra Ong to be present in this committee hearing? Okay, we will,
Mr. Chairman,
with the indulgence of Congressman Abante. Yes, Congressman Fernandez.
I think we have an agenda to follow. And in accordance with our agenda, we will be tackling first the issue of Superintendent Padilla. And thereafter, we will be discussing about the POGO issue. And after, again, the issue of Cassandra Ong will be discussed further. So I think the right timing for the motion of Chairman Abante will be on the third part of our agenda, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Congressman Fernandez.
Mr. Chair, can I ask for a 1-minute suspension, please?
1 minute suspended. Hearing is resumed. Congressman Abante, as you were saying earlier, may I ask the Honorable Co-Chair to please repeat what you have stated earlier?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
May I ask you to please repeat what you have stated earlier before we
There are
suspended?
two objections that I made, Mr. Chair, and it is up to the chairman of the committee if he would like to hold this in abeyance. But I object, agreeing with Congressman Flores about the request of Superintendent Padilla for an executive session.
Okay.
And then secondly, I also object the request of Cassandra Ong, Mr. Chair, as far as not taking the oath to wait for the accounts. The fact that she is not even present today. Is she here? All right. So perhaps, Mr. Chair, upon your indulgence, we could be able to talk about it later on.
So, thank you, Congressman Abante. May I request, Congressman Abante, that we discuss and deliberate on the statement made by Congressman Keith Flores and Chair Benny Abante on the issue of whether the committee will grant the request of Superintendent Padilla in a later time today. So we will hold in abeyance the discussion on that particular issue for the moment.
I
Now we
accede, Mr. Chair.
Chairman.
I accede.
Thank you. Now we proceed. Yes, Congressman Paduano.
Mr. Chairman, before we proceed with the interpellation to the resource persons, let me just state that we have not yet disposed on the subpoena issued to Mr. Harry Roque with regards to the documents. But as I've said, unfortunately, we have not sent the subpoena to Mr. Harry Roque and all those documents that he has committed during the third hearing because of the weather condition, Mr. Chairman. But, Mr. Chairman, we have to dispose on that. What will be the position of the committee with regards to the invitation for his wife to be present na nakakabit mo doon sa mga dokumentong nire-request ng committee ito. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. And that's the status of this hearing, Mr. Chairman. We are still in the admin matters. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Okay. Thank you, Congressman Paduano. May I likewise request Congressman Paduano to allow Attorney Harry Roque more time because he is invited in our hearing today and he has to appear. He has committed to the committee that he will appear before us today and submit all the documents that he has openly stated during the last hearing. However, we are in receipt of a motion to quash from Attorney Harry Roque, and before we discuss this and deliberate on this motion to quash, Perhaps we can give him more time so he can come and he can be present while we deliberate on this particular subject, Your Honor. Is that all right?
At I yield to the position of the chair. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Salamat,
Mr. Chairman, if I may.
Congressman Paduano and Congressman Fernandez.
In relation to the invitation that we have sent to Myra Roque, the wife of Harry Roque, what is the status of this invitation, Mr. Chair?
We are in receipt of a excuse letter from Miss Myla Roque and with attachments from medical practitioners saying that she has undergone several tests. And again, I'd like to request the Honorable Co-Chair if we can deliberate on this when Attorney Harry Roque has already arrived in this committee hearing, Your Honor.
Okay, so we will be discussing when he arrived.
Yes, he has.
Can we ask the COMSEC if he already communicated with the COMSEC regarding to his with his presence today?
Yes, sir.
Is he going to come?
There is no confirmation, sir.
There's no confirmation.
Yes.
So, Your Honor, if he will not appear today, as he committed in the last hearing that we had, then perhaps another motion is appropriate. And we will discuss that later this afternoon before this committee hearing adjourns. If
Okay,
that is
Mr.
all
Chairman.
right with
Thank you.
Congressman. Thank you, Congressman Fernandez. Sige. At this point, before we proceed,
You said it. Inaksyon naman na yun kay Cassandra. Okay na yan. We will allow her.
yes, we will allow Ms. Cassandra Ong to be present in the committee hearing on September 5 at the Senate. Okay, before we proceed further, there is a point of order that is being raised by our former President, Gloria Macapagal Arroyo. Ma'am, you are recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman and Honorable Chairman. Our proceedings are adopting formal rules of public hearings, including subpoenas on statements, contempt decisions, detention, decisions of executive session, etc. So I would like to give a gentle reminder that in such formal proceedings, hearsay does not deserve the same credence compared to personal knowledge evidence. That's my point of order, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, ma'am. The observation of the former president is duly noted by the committee, and we will deliberate on that at the appropriate time. Thank you, ma'am. So the next part of the agenda is the
Motion nilang dalawa.
no.
Torres and ano?
Let us proceed first with the ground rules that will be stated by our Vice Chair, Congressman Romy Acop. Congressman Acop, you are recognized.
Mr. Chair, before we proceed to that, may I request that we acknowledge the members of the 4 committees present today. We haven't done that yet. Mr. Chair.
Okay. COMSEC, you are directed to recognize all the members present in this the 4th joint public hearing of the Quadcom. COMSEC.
Mr. Chair,
Congressman Acop.
while waiting for the list of members of the 4 committees present in this morning's hearing, may I be given the opportunity to remind the members and the resource persons present of our approved rule on interpellation. And I would just like to quote the rule. During the period of interpellation, resource persons shall be given 5 minutes each to state their position or make a presentation at the meeting. Resource persons shall not be allowed to speak or make interjections until they are recognized by the lead chairperson or the presiding officer. Committee members and other House members shall be recognized by the lead chairperson to make statements or ask questions to the resource persons. No member shall speak unless recognized by the lead chairperson or the presiding officer. Members shall be given 10 minutes each for their interpellation, excluding the answers of the resource persons. No member, except the lead person or the presiding officer, shall be allowed to make interjections during the course of the interpellation of a member of the four committees. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Congressman Acop. Comsec, can you please recognize the members, the honorable members present in our committee hearing today?
Mr. Chair,
Congressman Abante.
while our COMSEC is trying to get all of the... You're ready? Okay.
Comsec, please proceed.
Thank you, Mr. Chair, Your Honors. We have with us in this public hearing today, of course, our chairpersons, Representative Robert Ace Barbers, Representative Dan S. Fernandez, Representative Joseph Stephen Paduano, Representative Bienvenido Abante Jr., Representative Aurelio Dong Gonzales, our Senior Deputy Speaker, Representative Romeo Acop, Representative Deputy Speaker David J.J. Suarez, Representative Zia Alonto Adjong, Representative Jonathan Keith Flores, Representative Johnny Pimentel, Representative Jerville Jinke Beatrix Luistro, Representative Wilter Palma, Representative Jose Arthur Garcia Jr., Representative Jane Castro, Representative Sergio Daguok, Representative Maximo Dalug Jr., Representative Francisco Paulo Ortega V, Representative Gloria Macapagal Arroyo, Representative Dean Asistio, Representative Julien Jam Baronda, Representative Christine Singson Mihan, Representative Arnie Fuentebella, Representative Reynante Arrogancia, Representative Emerson Pascual, Representative Ron Salo, Representative Teodorico Haresco Jr., Representative Jefferson Konghun, Representative Faustino Michael Carlos D. III, Representative Francisco Jose Matugas, Representative Ramon Rodrigo Gutierrez, Representative Bonifacio Bosita, Representative Ricardo Cruz Jr., Representative Lordan Suan, Representative Ching Bernos, Representative Roberto Puno, Representative Salvador Prieto, Representative Isabel Maria Zamora, Representative Amparo Maria Zamora, Representative Janet Garin, Representative Jose Aquino, Representative Ambrosio Cruz, Representative Alfred De Los Santos. That's all, Mr. Chair, Your Honors. Thank you.
Thank you, Comsec. Now we proceed with the interpellations. We have a list of interpellators who has signified their intent to ask questions. May I have the list, Comsec, of all the interpellators so we can call them? 1 minute suspension.
Hearing resume. Kanina tayo ngayon? Okay, the first interpellator will be Congressman Johnny Pimentel. You have the floor,
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Congressman.
Before I do my interpellation, may I inquire if this committee has already issued a subpoena to SPO for Art Narsoles, because Narsoles is one of the, if not, the main player in the case of the killing of 3 Chinese nationals. If I recall, during the last hearing, the committee has already issued a show cause order. So may I inquire if there's already a subpoena to the COMSEC?
So what's the query of Congressman Johnny Pimentel? What's your query?
If there was already a subpoena issued to Art Narsoles. Because if there is none,
COMSEC,
then
what's
I will
the
make a
status
motion.
of SPO for Art Narsolis?
I will check, sir.
Mr. Chairman.
Yes, sir. We have issued a subpoena, but this was not served.
Under our-
Refused to receive because they are already retired.
Under our House rules, Mr.
It's
Chair.
a show cause order, sir.
Yeah.
Not
What did you
subpoena,
issue? Show cause order or subpoena?
Show cause order, sir.
Show cause. So therefore, Mr. Chair, since he's still no show, I move that this committee issue a subpoena to SPO for Art Narsoles, Mr. Chair. So move.
Okay, there's a motion to issue subpoena to SPO for Art Narsolis. Any second the motion? Duly seconded. Any objection? Hearing none, the said motion is now approved.
Mr. Chair, may I
You,
proceed?
you may proceed.
I will now direct my questions to Chief Superintendent Padilla. Colonel Padilla, kamusta po kayo?
Okay lang po, Your Honor.
Kumain na po kayo? Nag-almusal na po kayo?
Yes po, Your Honor.
Kamusta naman po ang lagay ninyo dun sa detention center ninyo?
Okay na lang din po.
Well, we have already taken note of your request. But anyway, Mr. Padilla, or rather, Colonel Padilla, may sinumiti po kayong affidavit na bago.
Yes po.
Dated September 2, 2024, notarized po sa Taguig City. Totoo po ba ito?
Yes po, Your Honor. If I will be given the chance, I can even submit an additional documents for that.
Well, that will be upon the chair. But anyway, I have a copy of your affidavit, Colonel Padilla. And dito po ay may lagda po kayo sa 2 pahina. Ito po ay pirma po ninyo. Pinatutuhanan mo po ito na ito ay pirma ninyo sa affidavit po ninyo sa 2 pahina.
Yes, Your Honor, Mr. Chair.
At ito po ba ay lahat ng nakasaad dito, pinatutuhanan mo na lahat ito ay totoo?
With all my knowledge, Your Honor, Mr. Chair.
Ito ba, Colonel Padilla, itong affidavit na bago na sinumite sa komitiba, ito ba ay ginawa mo ng kusang loob o may nag-udyok sa'yo na gumawa nito?
Yes, Your Honor, Mr. Chair. Sariling at kusa ko pong ginawa.
Tinatanong ko po ito, Colonel Padilla, Mr. Chair, dahil may sinumiti po kayong affidavit din dated August 27, 2024, hindi po ba?
Yes, Your Honor, Mr. Chair.
Pero yung sinabit po ninyong affidavit noong August 27 at itong sinabit po ninyo ngayong September 2 ay magkasalungat. Itong sinabit po ninyo na affidavit ng September 2 ay taliwas po doon sa mga sinaad po ninyo noong August 27. Meron pong mga aspeto o mga bagay na hindi ninyo binanggit sa September at August 27, pero dito sa September 2 ay nakasaad po. Ang tanong ko po, bakit ho nagbago ang isip nyo at binago nyo yung affidavit ng August 27?
Pinag-iingatan ko po yung aking personal safety and that of my family.
Ilang taon na po ba kayo?
64 po.
Kailan ho kayo magre-retire?
This coming November. 20,
September?
November po, 2024.
November, so 2 buwan na lang po. And that is why it is very appropriate that you should really retire on a high note So I therefore strongly suggest that you should cooperate with this committee to maintain your integrity since you have served the government for several years. Ngayon, Colonel Padilla, ayon sa iyong salaysay, kayo ay naging superintendent or warden ng Davao Penal Colony from 2015 to 2018. So 3 taon po, hindi po ba?
Yes, Your Honor, Mr. Chair.
Ano ba ang trabaho ng isang warden? Pwede po bang pakisabi po dito sa...
I am the overall in charge of the whole Davao Prison and Penal Farm during that time, Your Honor.
So
Mr. Chair.
overall in charge po, ano? So ibig sabihin, kayo ang tagapamahala ng buong Davao Penal Colony. Hindi po ba?
Yes, Your Honor, Mr. Chair.
Sa madaling salita po, kayo ang nagsusupervise, kayo po ang nagmamanage ng lahat ng gawain sa Davao Penal Colony. Hindi po ba?
Yes, Your Honor, Mr. Chair.
So in short, mayroon pong kasabihan sa Ingles, the buck stops here. In short, all the decisions regarding procedures or orders, mga utos sa mga provincial, sa mga guards, in short, everything that goes on in that penal colony, kayo po ang nagdidesisyon, hindi po ba?
Yes, Your Honor, Mr. Chair.
Ngayon, pupunta tayo doon muna sa nilipat ng mga Chinese national. Noong 2016 po, meron nung nilipat na 3 suspected Chinese drug lords or Chinese nationals who were charged with drug offenses. Ayon sa iyong salaysay, Colonel Padilla, tinutulan mo po itong paglipat doon sa Davao Penal Colony. Bakit po kayo tumutol?
That's true, Your Honor, Mr. Chair. During that time po, talagang wala pong facilities for the high risk and high profile inmates sa Davao Prison and Penal Farm. That's why the following year, 2017, nag-request po ako ng budget. Because of that, dinadalahan kami ng mga PDL, high risk and high profile. Nag-request po ako ng budget to construct super maximum facility in Davao Prison and Penal Farm. Yan po ang naging dahilan. Actually, I have a document opposing the transfer of the Chinese national during that time. And yung mga Chinese national pong yan, in fact, they have pending cases in Muntinlupa City na in-state ko po doon sa aking request, masyado pong magasto sa part ng gobyerno from time to time kung isasubwi na to attend series of hearings in Muntinlupa City. Kaya po, inupos ko po yan. Pero that was July 2015 pa, in fact. Then, after October po, wala pong nangyari, nag-request po ulit ako. Nireiterate ko po na ibalik po yung mga high risk and high profile PDL sa Muntinlupa. Pero no action pa rin pong nangyari.
Mr. Chairman, due respect to our colleague, Congressman Pimentel, baka pwede muna pong basahin yung affidavit na bago ni Colonel Padilla para at least magkaroon ng idea yung mga members.
Your Honor, Mr. Chair, can I request for for an executive session? May mga very sensitive po na issue po doon.
1-minute suspension. Hearing is resumed. Your Honors, the parliamentary status is that interpellation was being, questions were being propounded to Colonel Padilla by Honorable Johnny Pimentel, and with an interjection made by our Senior Deputy Speaker, Don Gonzales, and he made a motion to read, ask the witness to read the affidavit that he has sworn and signed. Now, the parliamentary status is that there is a pending motion.
Mr. Chairman.
Yes, Congressman Gonzales.
Mr. Chairman, I move to withdraw my previous motion, Mr. Chairman.
So, you are withdrawing,
Yeah.
Your Honor, your motion to
To
ask
read his,
Colonel Padilla to read
His
his affidavit. Okay, so...
Mr. Chairman, if I may.
Congressman
Have
Fernandez.
we given the copy of the new affidavit that was signed by Superintendent Padilla to all the members who are present today?
Comsec?
Ayan, that's the reason why they are asking for for that affidavit that has been given to this Quadcom. Can we ask the Comsec to give first the members this about this new affidavit?
Okay, please provide copies of the affidavit of current Superintendent Padilla to all our honorable members. And
Perhaps,
we will give you time
Mr.
to
Chair.
peruse over this.
Perhaps also the previous affidavit that he made. Well, nabigyan na ba sila lahat?
And all other affidavits that we have in the Secretariat, please provide all the members present in our committee hearing today. So,
Mr. Chair.
We thank you,
Mr. Chairman, for...
thank you, Congressman Aquino. Congressman Keith Flores.
Mr. Chair, I heard Colonel Padilla again request for an executive session, and I'm reiterating my opposition to it, Mr. Chair, stating the grounds that his testimony does not include matters which may affect national security, nor does it contain any matters which is offensive to public morals or decency, Mr. Chair. I'm reiterating my opposition to it, Mr. Chair.
Okay, there is a manifestation made by Congressman Keith Flores. In fact, it is an objection to the request of Colonel Padilla for a executive session. So in the meantime, we can continue propounding questions based on the affidavit of Colonel Padilla that we have in our possession now, until maybe another information that he wants to reveal before this committee that is not included in his affidavit. So in that case, we will proceed with the questioning and the interpellation to Colonel or Superintendent Padilla based on the affidavit that he has submitted before this committee. Is that all right, honorable members?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Congressman Keith? Thank you. Congressman Akop?
Mr. Chair.
Mr.
Congressman
Chair.
Akop, and then Congressman Palma. Congressman Akop, you're recognized.
Mr. Chair, I would like to agree with the Honorable Keith Flores, simply because the questions to be asked will be pertaining to the statements he made in his affidavit, and this has been subscribed and sworn to, and therefore partakes of being an official document. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Congressman Akop, for that manifestation. So now we will proceed with
Mr. Chair.
Yes, Congressman Palma, I'm sorry. Yes, Congressman Palma, you're recognized.
With the permission of the Chair. Just to fast-track the proceeding, may I just suggest that we'll give time first, with all due respect to the Honorable Pimentel, give time to Colonel Padilla to review his affidavit and whatever he wants to say. And then from there, we can start the interpellation.
Okay. Thank you, Congressman Palma. Yes, I am sure that Colonel Padilla is quite familiar with this affidavit, which he has subscribed and sworn to. You're not denying that it is your affidavit, correct, Colonel Padilla?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay.
Mr. Chair.
So if there are any information you wish to reveal before this committee that is not included in your sworn statement, perhaps we can discuss whether we can grant you the executive session that you have requested. Okay lang po ba yan? Maliwanag po yan, Colonel.
Yun lang po ang talagang nalalaman ko sa pangyayari kasi I was really under pressure during that time. So, meron po nga akong documents na pwedeng ipakita na nagpapatutuo doon sa sinasabi ko pong affidavit. Wala pong ibang pwede kong ikuha na hindi po talaga totoong nangyari. Yan lang po ang totoong nangyari kasi yung sinabi ko nga na may mga previous request ako, so na-sense ko talaga na it is really a major government anti-illegal drugs operations against that PDLs.
Okay, we understand no, yung iyong statement, Colonel. In that case, we will now proceed with the interpellation.
Mr. Chair, just one point of
Sige,
clarification.
Congressman Palma.
Colonel Superintendent Padilla, aside from your affidavit, do you want to say something which is important to this committee? Otherwise, will the affidavit will suffice? Meron ka pa bang pwedeng i-reveal sa amin na importante?
If you grant me
Executive
for
session.
some time in
Today.
executive session po.
Why don't you tell now?
It will
Because the people is also waiting for your
yes, Your Honor,
your
Mr. Chair,
testimonies.
but it will endanger of course, my safety and of my family.
Okay.
That's why I'm asking for.
We perfectly understand your situation, Superintendent Padilla, and as you have committed to this committee that you will share more vital information in relation to the investigation of the Quad Committee. However, since Congressman Johnny Pimentel has already started propounding questions to you based on the affidavit that you have submitted, subscribed, and sworn to, then we continue with that until later we will grant you an executive session. Is that okay?
Mr. Chair,
Congressman Akop.
pwede po bang malaman kay Superintendent Padilla, yung bang impormasyon dito na ilagay nyo po dito sa affidavit nyo, hindi pa kompleto?
Yan lang po yung ayon sa aking nalalaman, Your Honor, Mr. Chair.
Kung kompleto na po ito, bakit po kayo humihingi ng executive session?
Meron pong mga sensitive na issues na hindi ko po...
So, meron po kayong hindi inilagay dito sa affidavit po ninyo?
Yes, in fact, it was leading to that sensitive issues.
So, kung magkakaroon tayo ng executive session, ang sasabihin po ninyo, wala po rito sa affidavit nito dahil kung gano'n ang mangyayari, ipapatigil ko yung executive session dahil diluloko mo na kami.
Ganon po ang Your Honor, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Congressman Akop. So again, the parliamentary status is that interpellations being made by Congressman Johnny Pimentel temporarily stopped because of emotion, which eventually was withdrawn by SDS Don Gonzales on the issue of executive session. Now, we will now proceed with the interpellations, and then after the interpellations on the affidavit of Colonel Padilla, and if there are any information that we want to solicit from him that is not within this affidavit, then we will probably grant him his request of an executive session. So we can now proceed with the questioning of Congressman Pimentel.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. That is precisely what I'm driving at. Anyway, the members already have the affidavit, but based on my observations, the affidavit that does not disclose everything that happened in the killing of the three nice Chinese nationals. Anyway, ipagpatuloy ko po yung pagtanong ko. Naitanong ko na po kanina na nilipat na doon yung 3 Chinese national. Ang tanong ko po, may memorandum ba? Kanino galing yung memorandum sa paglipat ng Chinese national galing National Penitentiary going to the Davao Penal Colony?
Yes, Your Honor, I have. Meron pong transfer order yan from the National Headquarters in New Bilibid Prison. Escorted by personnel. Yun po ang sinusunod nung escort based on that
Okay,
order.
meron ng order. Meron kang kopya po niyan. Mr. Chair, ang sunod ko po na tanong, pagdating doon ng Chinese national, saan mo nilagay, anong selda mo nilagay yung mga Chinese national?
Sinipti ko po in one cell within the doon pa rin sa disciplinary part of prison disciplinary dormitory since wala po kaming facility for the high profile and high risk PDL.
Meron ho kayong mga ibang foreigners, hindi po ba? Bago dumating yung Chinese national, meron kayong mga foreign nationalities na nakakulong doon. Sila ba ay magkasama doon sa mga Pilipino na bilanggo o pinaghiwalay na?
Pinaghiwalay po namin, Mr. Chair. Pero,
so nakahiwalay, okay. Colonel Padilla, nakahiwalay ang Pilipino at saka yung mga foreign prisoners or PDLs. Saan nyo nilagay yung 3 Chinese national? Doon ba sa mga Pilipino o doon sa mga foreign nationals?
Sa foreigners lang po.
Okay. Mr. Chair, I just want to put it in record that the statement or testimony of Colonel Padilla fully corroborates with the statement of our resource person, Mr. Leopoldo Tan. Doon po sa affidavit ni Mr. Leopoldo Tan, na sinabi niya, ang paragraph 12, yung 3 Chinese drug lords, nakabukod po sila. So, it just shows, Mr. Chair, that our resource person, Mr. Leopoldo Tan, was telling the truth. Kasi kinorroborate na po niya na nakabukod. Ngayon, alam na ho ninyo ang nangyari, hindi po ba, Colonel Padilla?
Yes, Your Honor, Mr. Chair.
Yung dalawang pumatay na si Leopoldo Tan at saka si Andy Magdararo ay nilipat ho ninyo sa Bartolina. Hindi po ba? If I'm not mistaken, August 11, nilipat ninyo si Leopoldo Tan at saka si Andy Magdadaro. Hindi po ba? Nilipat ninyo sa Bartolina on the pretext na may nahuling sabu sa selda nila, kaya nilipat ninyo yung dalawa ng August 11. Hindi po ba?
Yes, Your Honor, Mr. Chair.
Okay. On August, after 2 days po, yung Chinese national na dumating doon, na binilanggo ninyo doon sa mga foreign nationals, binartolina naman po ninyo at isinilid ninyo doon sa selda 6 kung saan nandun yung dalawang PDL, si Leopoldo Tan at si Andy Magdararo. Hindi po ba?
Yun po ang nangyari, Your Honor, Mr. Chair.
Okay. Ito ang tanong ko, Mr. Chair, and para malaman ng mga miyembro natin. This is the big question. Sino po ang nagbigay ng order na ilipat si Andy at saka si Tata sa selda 6 at ilipat yung 3 Chinese national? Sinabi po ninyo kanina na kayo ang overall person in charge ng Dapicol. Sino po ang nagbigay ng order?
The ship commander, Your Honor, Mr. Chair. Nandito po sa blatter po ng logbook ng ship commander.
Bakit po ship commander? Ano ho ba ang ship commander sa hierarchy ninyo? Hindi po, kayo pong overall charge. Ano ang posisyon ng pangilan po yan, yung ship commander, Mr. Chair?
From superintendent, meron pa pong deputy superintendent for security operation. Then from deputy superintendent for security operation, meron pa pong commander of the guards. From commander of the guards, meron pa pong ship commander and then camp
So pangilang
commander.
po yung ship commander? Pang-apat po.
Pang-apat po.
Pang-apat o pang-lima?
Opo.
Pang-apat.
Yes, sir.
Abay, Colonel Padilla, mahirap po pang paniwalaan yan, Mr. Chair. Dahil sabi mo nga kanina, ikaw ay natasan ng gobyerno, ikaw ay overall in charge, ikaw ang manager, ikaw ang supervisor ng DAPICOL. I don't think all these people here now in this committee will believe you that the decision to transfer the 5 persons doon sa cell number 6 ay manganggaling sa isang lowly official of the Bucor. Sinabi ho nyo kanina, it's on record. Ang trabaho po ng superintendent, ng warden, kayo po ang overall in charge. Imposible po na hindi ho nyo alam na ililipat sa Bartolina yung 5 tao.
Sa level ko po, report na lang po ang nakakarating kasi tulad ng previously sinabi ko na may kanya-kanya po kaming level of responsibility. Report na lang po. Kaya nagbabase po tayo dito sa logbook. May blatter po kung sino ang totoong naglipat.
Meron mo ba kayong copy nung order na itlipat sila sa memorandum? Doon sa Celda 6?
Meron po kung sinong nag-transfer.
Sino ang nagpirma?
Ang ship commander po.
So you mean to tell me and you mean to tell this committee, Mr. Chair, na kayo ang overall in charge, kayong superintendent, yung number 4 personnel ninyo, gagawa lang ng order without your knowledge, without your approval? Alam mo na natin yung bureaucracy natin ng gobyerno po. Meron po tayong nasa taas, meron pong mga middle management. Lahat po ng mga middle management, like for example, USEC, ASEC po, hindi po gumagawa ng memorandum order yan kung wala pong pahintulot ng secretary. Mas lalo na po sa inyo, na Bucor, because you are semi-military. Hindi ho mangyayari po na magbibigay ng order, in this case, yung Robert Quinto, yung po yung deputy, yung ship commander na sinasabi ninyo, yung po ba ang tinutukoy ninyo? Si Robert Quinto?
Yes po, Your Honor, Mr. Chair. Kasi pag nakarating po sa akin yan, nakalagbook na po yan, after na po nung event. Nakalagbook na po.
Hindi yung event ang pinag-uusapan natin, Colonel Padilla. Ang pinag-uusapan natin, sino ang nag-utos, sino ang nag-order na ilipat yung 2 pumatay at siya yung namatay na 3 Chinese national. Yun yung pinag-uusapan natin. Hindi ho yung insidente po ang pinag-uusapan natin.
Naka-reflect po rito sa blatter.
Sino po yung ship commander?
Si Juan Villajos, ang ship commander.
Buhay pa ba yung taong yon?
Buhay pa po. Pero ayun sa nakalagay dito sa blatter,
wag mo natin pag-usapan po ang blatter, Mr. Chair. Yung blatter po, sa police po yan. Ang pinag-uusapan po natin yung order po. Yung blatter, iba ho yung dokumento ho yun ng police. Pag may krimen po na nangyari, doon po isasalaysay doon kung sino mga pumatay, sino ang namatay. Ang pinag-uusapan po natin dito hindi blatter po. And that is not an acceptable document that will prove that you did not order the transfer. So yun lang po, Mr. Chair, isa na mga inconsistencies sa affidavit po or sa mga salaysay ni Colonel Padilla. So dito po tayo, sa salaysay po ninyo, sa paragraph 5, binanggit po ninyo na kayo ay nagkausap sa cellphone ni Colonel Ruina Garma. Totoo po ba yun? Ito po ay sinumpang salaysayun ninyo. Kayo po ang naglagay po dito.
Yes, Your Honor, Mr. Chair. But tulad ng sinabi ko, can I request
Sige, mamaya po, pupunta po tayo doon. It will be the committee who will decide on that. Pero nandito po tayo sa hearing and I'm given the floor, so I have to proceed with my interpellations. Ngayon po, ang tanong ko po sa inyo, paano nyo nakausap si Ruyina Garma? Meron ba kayong telepono?
Telephone po through Jimmy
Meron ho
Fortaleza.
kayong telephone number ni Colonel Ruyina Garma?
Wala po. Through Jimmy, PDL Jimmy Fortaleza lang po.
Okay, sa salaysay po ninyo, nakausap po ninyo si Colonel Garma through PDL Jimmy Fortaleza. Mr. Chair, I'd like to put it on record that the statement testimony of Colonel Padilla definitely corroborates with the affidavit of PDL Jimmy Fortaleza on paragraph 5 nung unang linggo ng Agosto 2016. Tinawagan ako ni Garma at sinabi sa akin gusto niyang makausap si Superintendent Padilla. Pinuntahan ko si Superintendent Padilla para ibigay sa kanyang cellphone at makapag-usap sila at pinatotohanan ni Colonel Padilla na nag-usap nga sila through Jimmy Fortaleza. So again, Mr. Chair, nagpapatunay lang to na yung resource person natin na si Jimmy Fortaleza ay nagsasabi po ng totoo. Ngayon po, Mr. Chair, ang tanong ko po, Colonel Padilla, nung nag-usap na po kayo ni Colonel Ruyina Garma, ano ho ang sinabi niya sa inyo?
Yun pong nakalagay po sa aking affidavit.
Okay, babasahin ko po yung sinabi ni Garma. Sabi po ni Chief Garma, yung pong tawag ninyo, may mga tao kami dyan na gagawa at huwag mo na questionin. And whether you like it or not, we will operate and do not interfere. Baka madamay pa pamilya mo. Mag-cooperate ka na lang or mananagot ka sa amin. Ano ba yung plano nilang ipagawa? Naintindihan nyo ba? Kasi sinabi lang dito, meron kaming ipapagawa, meron kaming ipapa-operate. Ano ba ang pagkakaintindi nyo sa sinabi po ni Colonel Garma?
Tungkol po doon sa pag-eliminate ng 3 Chinese nationals.
So sinabi niya, in short, Mr. Chair, ang sinabi po ni Garma, Colonel Padilla, na meron silang operations doon, ipapapatay nila yung 3 Chinese national. Hindi po ba?
Yes, Your Honor, Mr. Chair.
Okay. After noon po, pagkatapos inyo mag-usap ni Colonel Garma, sinabi nyo po kay Jimmy Fortaleza, sige, magkikita na lang kami ni Colonel Garma. Hindi po ba?
Wala po akong matandaang sinabi kong ganun. Ang natandaan ko po, kung ano yung nilagay ko sa aking affidavit, kasi during that time, talagang intense pressured na po ako kasi nangyari na yung sa Abuyog Leyte, yung prison facility rin po namin doon, na pinasok rin po ng mga operatives.
So, Mr. Chair, ibig nyo yung sabihin, Colonel Padilla, na hindi nyo kilala, hindi kayo nagkita, not even once, ni Colonel Garma?
Hindi po, kasi yung cellphone, hanggat maaari, ayaw niyang makuha ko yung number niya. Kaya yung cellphone na binigay nila kay Jimmy Fortaleza ang ginagamit po. Ayaw pong ma-identify yung kanyang number.
Pero napaka-imposible po na napakalaking operation. Tapos through telephone lang po, Mr. Chair, isinunod po ninyo si Garma. Kilala po ba ninyo si Colonel Garma nung nag-usap po kayo? May first hand ba kayo? Just through a telephone call, naniniwala po kayo kaagad? Alam na ninyo natin na marami hong scammer. Sasabihin lang na ako si Colonel Garma, may operation ako dyan, meron kaming ipapatay. Lalo na ito, ang order is may papapatay kami dyan na Chinese national, ay naniniwala kayo kagad? Kahit na hindi nyo kilala yung tao?
Kilala ko po siya, not personally, professionally, with her position as Deputy Chief of CIDG of Davao.
So kilala po ninyo. Sabi niyo po kanina, hindi niyo kilala. So ngayon, Mr. Chair, pinatotohanan mo na kilala mo si Colonel Garma.
Sa position lang po, pero personally, wala po kaming... At saka doon lang po sa cellphone.
Okay. Mr. Chair, pagkatapos na nag-usap kayo ni Garma, inutusan ka, huwag kang makialam, meron kaming operations dyan, may papapatay kami. Ano na ang sunod na nangyari? Nag-usap pa ba kayo uli ni Colonel Garma?
Wala na pong nangyaring pag-uusap pagtapos nun.
Actually, Mr. Chair, nang maghuling pagkatapos sila mag-usap ni Colonel Garma, doon na po ginawa yung plano, which I certainly believe, wag sana po kayo magagalit, which I certainly believe that Colonel Padilla is heavily involved in the planning. Kasi po, unang-una na question, hindi po mangyayari ang pag-transfer ng 2 pumatay at 3 namatay kung hindi manggagaling sa warden ang order.
If I may, Mr. Chair, yung unang sinabi nila, instruction, na kailangan gumawa ako. Pero hindi ko po pinansin yun. Kaya galit na sila sa akin. Gumawa po sila ng ibang strategy. Kasi parang nababagalan sila sa akin. Wala po akong ginagawa. Hindi po ako kumikilos during that time. So, gumawa sila ng another strategy na parang blind nila ako sa pangyayari. Kasi, further, Mr. Chair,
Sige, please proceed.
kasi po, sinafety ko talaga yan dyan sa prison disciplinary. Yung prison disciplinary, yung foreigner cell, within the prison disciplinary din po yun. Kabilang selda lang. Kaya po, nung gumalaw na sila, may mga operations na kuan, blind na po ako ron. As I said, nakalagbok po lahat sa blatter. Yung pati pagbitbit nila sa kabila without my consent. Ganun po ang nangyari. Kumbaga, parang minadali na po nila yung operation na yon. Renassure na nila ako dahil hindi ako gumagalaw. Gumawa sila ng sariling strategy.
If
Mr.
I may,
Chair, ano yung sabi ni Colonel Padilla? Sila. Ginawa nila, gumawa sila. Sino po itong sila?
Yun na po, involved na po yung 2 PDL at behind that, hindi ko na po alam kung may...
Sandali, Mr. Chair. Kayo po ang warden. Yung 2 PDL bilanggo po. Sila ba magde-decide na sila ang lilipat sa Bartolina? Sila ba ang magde-decide
Hindi
na
po.
sila ang gagalaw? Yung ganito po para mabigyan po ng buong overview of picture lahat ng tao po dito. Itong nangyari pong insidente nito, kung ihambing po natin sa pelikula, yung 2 tao, si Andy Magdadaro at saka si Leopoldo Tan, mga aktor po yon. Ngayon, yung executive producer po ng insidenteng punto, si Colonel Ruina Garma. Ngayon, ang executive producer, nag-uutos lang po yan. Pero ang floor director dito, ang executive director po dito, si Colonel Padilla. It happened within his premises. He is the man in charge. I do not believe that there was no order coming from him. At saka sinasabi po niya ngayon, gumagalaw sila. Gagalaw ba yung 2 PDL doon sa loob ng kulungan na walang pahintulot ng warden? Gagalaw ba yung sinasabi niyong shift commander ng order na walang pahintulot po sa inyo? That is why, Mr. Chair, marami pa ho ditong mga inconsistencies. But I know that there are many, isa pa lang yan na sinasabi kong mga inconsistencies, but based on my interpellations and based on the appreciation of the affidavits, I have found out or I have concluded, Mr. Chair, that the affidavit of Colonel Padilla corroborates with the affidavit of Mr. Leopoldo Tan with regards to the Chinese nationals. I also conclude, Mr. Chair, that his testimony corroborates with the affidavit of Jimmy Fortaleza. Inamin na ho niya na nakausap niya si Garma dahil kay Jimmy Fortaleza. However, I believe that Colonel Padilla is holding more information vital to this hearing. Hanggang doon po lang kayo, yung affidavit ho ninyo, Mr. Chair, hanggang doon lang po kayo kay Garma. Pero sa buo salaysay ni Leopoldo Tan, nandoon po kayo. Una, binanggit ho kayo, nung kinontak na kayo ni Colonel Garma, sabi niyo po, magkikita kayo. I believe, Leopoldo Tan, bakit po? Pinalabas ho ninyo yung dalawang PDL, hindi pinalabas ng doon lang sa may gate, para makausap po si Artnar Soles at saka si Colonel Garma. And then, nung nangyari pong insidente, pumunta po kayo, inamin ho ninyo din yun, sa affidavit ho ninyo, Mr. Chair. Pagkatapos nung nangyaring insidente, pumunta po kayo sa Selda Sais at tinignan nyo yung namatay na mga Chinese nationals. Lahat po sa buong salaysay, kayo po ang binabanggit ng dalawang PDLs. Mahirap po mangyari isang ganitong kadumal-dumal na krimen na kayo po ang in charge ng DAPICOL na wala kayong kaalam-alam. Hindi, imposible po mangyari yon. I have been in the government service for the past 25 years. And all chief executives, ihahangibin ko na lang ikaw na isa kang chief executive ng warden. The buck stops there. All decisions. Kaya po kayo nilagay doon dahil kayo magsusupervise, magmamanage. Imposible ang manager, supervisor, hindi po alam ang nangyayari doon sa bilanggo. Therefore, Mr. Chair, I have come to a conclusion, but that is my opinion, that our resource person is lying to us, holding vital information. Marami ho pong inconsistencies doon sa affidavit po niya. Yun lang po, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Congressman Pimentel. The next to interpolate is Congressman Jay Konghun. You're recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Mr. Chair, maaari ko po bang i-direkta aking katanungan kay Chief Superintendent Gerardo Padilla?
Please proceed.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Colonel Padilla, naiba ang iyong affidavit in some material aspect. No? Kaya siyempre, magdadahan-dahan tayo, lalong-lalo na sa iyong mga affidavit dahil binago mo ang iyong affidavit. Siyempre, gusto nating makasiguro, lalong-lalo na sa mga pangyayari. Sabi nga nila, recantations are generally looked upon with disfavor. But we're doing this, I'm clarifying this point, to ensure that your latest statement, as contained in your September 2 affidavit, could pass the credibility test. As the highest ranking official of your institution, you should know that a commander can delegate his authority but not his responsibility. So responsable po kayo, Colonel Padilla, kung ano po yung nangyayari sa loob ng bilibid. Ayon sa iyo, sometime in 2015-2016, may mga nilipat na suspected Chinese drug lord mula sa bilibid papunta sa inyo, sa Davao Prison. At ikaw ay nag-object dito dahil wala kayong facility para sa mga high-profile inmates katulad na lang ng mga Chinese drug lords. Again, Colonel Padilla, parilnawin po natin, sino po ba ang may authority na maglipat ng inmate mula sa bilibid papunta sa Davao Prison?
The Director of Corrections po, Your Honor, Mr. Chair.
Sino po?
During that time, it was From the order po of Director General of the Bureau of Correction, then General Ricardo Rinier Cruz.
Pakilinawan po yung inyong pagsasalita, sir.
Director General Rinier Cruz po ang nag-transfer sa Davao.
Covered po ba ito, sir, ng memo or any directive?
Yes, Your Honor, Mr. Chair.
So may kasulatan po kayo ng transfer.
Yes, Your Honor, Mr. Chair.
Colonel Padilla, hindi ba parang ito ay highly irregular? Normal po ba itong nangyayari from Bilibid, malilipat sa ibang facility?
That's why I oppose the transfer, Your Honor, Mr. Chair, with my letter during that time.
Ano po ang tingin ninyo, bakit kaya, anong dahilan kung bakit inilipat ito sa Davao?
Hindi ko na po alam ang tamang dahilan. Dahil, in fact, we have pending cases pa nga appeared in their record.
Hindi po ba kaya siya inilipat sa Davao dahil mas kontrolado nila yung facility kaysa sa Bilibid?
Maring isa pong dahilan.
O dahil mas kontrolado nila kayo?
Hindi po, kasi wala nga po kaming kamalay-malay na dadatnan kami ng ganitong high risk and high profile PDL.
Colonel Padilla, di ba siyempre pag ililipat mo yung isang tao from Bilibid to Davao, hindi ba kaya mo siya ililipat dahil mas kontrolado mo yung mga taong namumuno dun sa Davao Prison? Kaya ibig sabihin, mas kontrolado nila kayo, kaya mas pinili nila na dun ilipat yung mga nakakulong.
Yes po, Your Honor, Mr. Chair, kasi national headquarters po namin yung New Bilibid Prison.
Hindi po ba kayo nagduda rito?
Again, Mr. Chair.
Okay. Ang sabi niyo po, Colonel Padilla, suspected. Ibig sabihin yan, hindi pa final and conviction. Tama po ba? Nasa inyong statement po yun.
Yes, Your Honor, Mr. Chair.
At nakakulong sila dahil non-bailable yung offense.
Yes, Your Honor, Mr. Chair.
You describe them as high-profile inmates. Bakit ganito ang classification siya sa kanila?
Pagka yung high risk, yun po yung mga notorious, and then yung high profile, may mga known records of criminal activities talaga.
Kilala mo ba sila bago sila inilipat sa From Bilibid to Davao Prison, kilala mo ba sila?
Hindi ko po kilala, Your Honor, Mr. Chair.
Okay, Colonel Padilla. Klaruhin din natin, Colonel Padilla. Sabi ninyo, in 2016, 3 of the Chinese drug lords identified as Tiu Quintin, Wong Mengpin, and Li Yanyan were killed by their fellow inmate Mr. Magdadaro and Mr. Tan. Tama po ba?
Yes, Your Honor.
Si Wong Mengping ay parehong kilala ni Tata at Andy na si Peter Wong. Tama po ba?
Yes, Your Honor, Mr. Chair.
At ito namang si Lin Lan Yan ay parehong tao na kilala ni Tata at Andy na si Jackson Lee. Tama po ba?
Yes, Your Honor, Mr. Chair.
Sa madaling salita, wala tayong pagtatalo na itong mga pangalan na bidabit mo, ayan din yung pinatay ni Tata at ni Andy.
Yes, Your Honor, Mr. Chair.
Colonel Padilla, ayon sa affidavit mo, katulad nga na sinabi ni Honorable Pimentel kanina, prior to such killing, I've been subjected to an intense pressure by CIDG Officer Royina Garma. Tinawagan siya ni Royina Garma. Bago ang pag-uusap ninyo, kilala mo ba si Royina Garma?
Kilala ko lang po siya bilang Deputy Chief ng CIDG, Davao City, Your Honor.
Sino bang mas maituturing mo mas senior sa inyong dalawa?
Hindi ko po masabi kung sinong mas senior sa amin.
Hindi mo masabi kung sino mas senior sa inyo, Pero ganun na lamang siya makapagsalita sa isang superintendent na katulad mo? Hindi ka ba nagtaka kung bakit ganyan kanya kausapin?
Magkaiba po kasi ang level namin sa Bucor at saka doon sa PNP, Your Honor, Mr. Chair.
Nung sinabi ni Garma sa'yo, yung mga salita na may mga tao kami dyan at gagawa at huwag mo questionin, and whether you like it or not, we will operate and do not interfere, baka madamay ang pamilya mo. So makipag-cooperate ka. So anong ibig sabihin ng mag-ooperate sila? Ang ibig bang sabihin nito may papatayin sila?
Mayroon po, Your Honor, Mr. Chair.
Nakatira ka ba sa Davao noong mga panahon na yon?
Yes po, Your Honor, Mr. Chair. Even my family.
So noong bang sinabi niyo na sa iyong pagkakaintindi, meron ka bang inkling o meron ka bang hula kung sino yung balak nilang patayin noong panahon na yon sa pakikipag-usap mo kay Ruyina Garma?
Yun na pong tatlong Chinese nationals.
Itong si CIDG Officer Garma, ito ba yung kaparehas na si Ruyina Garma na in-appoint ni Presidente Duterte para mag-head ng PCSO?
Yes, Your Honor, Mr. Chair.
Colonel Padilla, kilala mo ba si Presidente Duterte?
As former mayor and president of the country, Your Honor, Mr. Chair.
Personal, kilala mo ba siya?
No, Your Honor, Mr. Chair.
Nakita na ba kayo?
Hindi po nangyari. Nagkita na po kami.
Mr. Chairman,
Thank you.
Mr. Chairman, Colonel Padilla, kasi may mga proof kami na magkasama kayo eh.
As nung mayor po siya, Your Honor, Mr. Chair, may mga yung mga kasal ganon, parang
Pero sinabi mo ko na you never met him personally. Binago mo na naman. How can we believe in your statement?
Hindi, during itong
No.
official
Ang
function.
tanong sa iyo, well, in fact, that was also the question of Congresswoman Brosas during the previous hearing. Tinanong kanya kung kilala mo si President Duterte.
If I
Sabi
may-
mo po, sandali, patapusin mo na ako. Sinabi mo na hindi. Kaya, you must tell all. You must be truthful to your statement.
Hindi ko po talaga kilala, Your Honor. May mga occasion, kasal, siyempre public picture ganon in Davao City.
Meron kayong mga pictures. Meron kami. Mamaya pag sa panahon ko, sana naman sabihin mo na yan lahat ng totoo. Kasi alam na namin yung buong story.
Ayan.
Yung puzzle, buo na yun. Yan
That was taken during when he was a mayor in Davao City.
Anong circumstance? Diba pareho kayong ninong dyan, nagkumpare kayo?
Hindi
That
po.
happens in Samal Island?
Hindi po.
Saan yan?
Hindi po, sa Samal po yan.
Oh.
Pero hindi po kami magkumpare, Ninong.
Bakit pareho kayo Maylay?
Nag-attend lang po kami niyan kasi yung kinasal dyan, yun yung kaibigan ko, Mike Ruiz. Pero personally, hindi. Picture taking lang po yan as a public figure. Your Honor, Mr. Chair.
Anyway, darating din tayo dyan. Mamaya, pag ako na, magtatanong sa iyo.
Okay, please proceed, Kong Kunhun.
Colonel Padilla, mas maganda po sana kung magsasabi po tayo ng totoo. Kasi ang pagkakasabi ko po, ang tanong ko po sa inyo, kung nagkita na kayo ni dating Presidente Rodrigo Roa Duterte, ang nasagot mo, hindi. So mas maganda po, magsabi po tayo ng totoo sa ating mga susunod na katanungan. Ano po? So lagi po natin iisipin na kayo po ay may sinumpaan dito at magsabi po tayo ng totoo. May I continue, Mr. Chair?
Please proceed.
Colonel Padilla, sabi mo sa affidavit ninyo na nakaranas ka ng intense pressure at totoo yung threat sa'yo. Kasi alam mo for a fact, operations made against a certain drug lord in Leyte days before, she called me. Anong ibig mong sabihin dito sa iyong statement na yun?
Mayroon na pong nangyaring same operation din involving known inmate drug lord in Leyte a week before the Davao incident.
Paano mo nalaman ito?
Isa po sa operating prison and penal farm namin yung Abuyog, Leyte.
Okay. Colonel Padilla, sabi mo sa iyong statement, you became worried of your safety, of my safety, and I began to observe the personnel of Davao Penal Colony, who among them were the people referred to by CIDG Karma. So ang ibig mong sabihin, hindi mo alam kung kailan o paano ang sinong mga kasama sa operation?
Yes, Your Honor, Mr. Chair.
Wala kang alam dito?
Yun pong si IDG Garma. Ang alam kong meron pong utak niyang operation na yan.
Pero kilala mo kung sino ang mga target?
Yes, Your Honor, yung 3 Chinese nationals.
At nung sinabi sa iyo ni Garma yung ganon, hindi ka ba humingi ng detalye sa kanya? Nung pinag-usapan niyo kung sino yung mga target, ano yung detalyeng ibinigay niya sa iyo?
Basta yun lang po, yung 3 Chinese national na subject nila. Dahil mga member po yun ng Bamboo Triad and Sinaluha Drug Cartel operating in the country.
Bakit ganun ang kapangyarihan niyang si Garma, ni Ruita Garma? Bakit ganun siya ka-impluwensya, yung kanyang kapangyarihan, bakit ganun?
Dahil CIDG po siya ng Davao City. So, under po sa area ng operation nila yung Davao, buong Davao.
Hindi ba dahil sa iyong palagay, kaya mo rin siya sinusunod at hinahayaan mong kausapin kang ganun dahil tingin mo ba nakarekta siya kay Pangulong Rodrigo Roa Duterte?
Marahil, ganun, Your Honor, kasi naging mayor si President Duterte. Kahit na during that time na siya ang deputy CIDG and naging station commander pa po ng isang presinto sa Davao City.
Kindly wrap up, Congressman.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Chair. Last question, Mr. Chair. Pagkatapos ng usapan na yon ninyo ni Garma, hindi na ba kayo nag-usap ulit?
Wala na po. Wala na pong nangyaring kasunod pa na pag-uusap.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Chair. I will, na lang sa next round, Mr. Chair. Ituloy ko yung aking katanungan. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Congressman Kong Hun. The next to interpolate is Congressman Acop. Congressman Acop, you're recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Superintendent Padilla, dalawa po ang inyong affidavit, di po ba? Isang
Yes, Your Honor.
27 August at saka isang 2 September.
Yes, Your Honor, Mr. Chair.
Magkakontra.
Yes, Your Honor, Mr. Chair. Binago ko po dahil
So, ibig sabihin, nagsinungaling ka nung una at sinumpa mo yun.
because of my...
Paano kami maniniwala ngayon sa iyo na totoo na yung pangalawa mong affidavit? Kung dun sa umpisa, una pa lang, nagsinungaling ka na.
Because of my personal safety, Your Honor, Mr. Chair.
Because of your personal safety, nagsinungaling ka?
Opo. Kasi
Ngayon, gumawa ka ng second affidavit.
hindi ko naman po akalain na
Hindi.
didivulge.
Hayaan mo muna, patapusin mo muna ako. Gumawa ka ng second affidavit mo disregarding your personal safety already. Tama po ba ang aking kaisipan?
Hindi ko po akalain na in this hearing, ang pagkakalam ko po is through executive session. Take up.
Kasi tama po yung sabi ni ni Honorable Konggun, yung recantation is not looked upon with favor by the courts. Kasi yung ngayon sinabi ko, nagsinungaling ka na doon sa sinumpa mo, tapos babaguhin mo. Yun po yun. Ngayon, umpisahan po natin. Nailipat yung 3 Chinese na PDLs sa iyong lugar. Kanino nanggaling yung utos?
From higher headquarter po, Your Honor.
Hindi ko naman. Sino po doon sa higher headquarters na nag-utos?
Yung Director of Corrections.
Sino po yung Director of Corrections na nag-utos na ilipat yung 3 sa Davao Penal Colony?
Based on the record po, Your Honors, Director General then Rinier Cruz.
At sinabi mo rin na nag-object ka rito.
Yes, Your Honor, Mr. Chair.
Do you have any piece of evidence that would show o magpapakita na nag-object po kayo?
Yes, in fact, it was the first letter which I opposed to the transfer dated July 27, 2015. And nireiterate ko po ng October 2015.
O sige, narinig ko na yung sinuot mo kanina eh. Tinatanong ko lang kung meron po kayong ebidensya. Could you please submit to this committee yung ebidensya po na yun na kayo po ay nag-object? Thank you. Punta po tayo dun sa statement ninyo na you were subjected to intense pressure by then CIDG officer Ruina Garma, who called me through the cell phone of another inmate Fortaleza, at sinabi sa iyo ni Madam Garma na may mga tao kami dyan na gagawa at huwag mo nang questionin. And whether you like it or not, we will operate and do not interfere. Baka madamay ang pamilya mo.
Yes, Your
Is that
Honor.
true?
Yes, Your Honor, Mr.
Now,
Chair.
kung natanggap mo itong mensaheng ito mula kay Colonel Garma, what would have been the proper thing that you would have done? Ano po dapat ang ginawa ninyo?
Hindi ko po actually binigyan ng kuan yung kanyang sinabi. Kumbaga,
Hindi mo pinagbigyan pero sinabi mo, you experience intense pressure tapos
yes,
hindi mo binigyan ng kwan.
during that time, Your Honor, Mr. Chair, nagkaroon po ng ganun.
Oo nga.
Kasi gusto nilang during that time madaliin po yung pagsasagawa nung
Ano? Pagsasagawa ng ano?
pagpatay doon sa 3 Chinese.
So, at that point in time, alam mo na napapatayin yung 3.
Alam ko po, Your Honor, Mr.
Anong
Chair.
ginawa mo nga? Yun ang tanong ko nga eh. Ano ang ginawa mo nung nalaman mo napapatayin yung 3 na
Wala.
nasa loob ng iyong piitan? Marami kang pagsisinungaling, Colonel eh.
Kasi nakakulong po yun, hindi ko talaga akalain na mailalabas po doon sa pinagkulungan nila.
Merong ano?
Hindi ko po akalain na mailalabas po dahil naka-safekeeping po doon. Ako po ang nag-order na safekeeping dyan.
Pero antimano, inamin mo na alam mo na napapatayin yung 3.
Yes.
Pero wala kang ginawa.
Yes, Your Honor, Mr. Chair. Kaya nga
Hindi
po,
mo man lang inireport doon sa mga nakakataas para tulungan ka na patigilin o tigilin yung ganun na mangyayari.
Your Honor, Mr. Chair, kaya nga humihingi ako ng executive session kasi napakasilan po yung...
Sige, let us see kung kwan. Pero ako ang unang magpapatigil ng executive session kung yung sasahibihin mo ay hindi importante dito sa mga issue na inimbestigahan dito sa committee na ito.
It's very sensitive,
Maliwanag
Your
ko
Honor.
siguro yon. Ano? Now, sinabi mo kanina na sa pagsagot po ninyo sa aking mga kasamaan na merong unang pagtatangka. Tama po ba?
Yes, Your Honor, Mr. Chair.
Paano mo nalaman na may unang pagtatangka?
Doon po sa tawag ni...
Tawag ni?
CIDG Garma.
So, ibig mo sabihin, yung una
Yun
yun
lang
ang
po.
una.
Yun po.
Yun ang unang pagtatangka.
Opo.
So, ano po yung nalaman po ninyo, yung pangalawang pagtatangka na sinabi po ninyo?
Wala naman pong, yun lang po, yung unang usapan lang po na yun.
So, kasi narinig ko kanina, merong first try na sinabi mo sa katanungan ng aking mga kasamahan.
Opo.
So, wala na yung pangalawa. Yun na at yun na.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Thank you. Doon po sa pagtatanong na aking mga kasamahan at pagsasagot ng mga ibang testigo, hindi ka pa ba naniniwala na may plano talaga na patayin yung tatlo?
Naniniwala nga po ako.
So, naniniwala ka. Ang sinasabi mo lang, hindi ka kasama doon sa plano.
Naunahan po ako doon sa plano.
Ano ibig mong sabihin?
Naunahan po ako kasi
Naunahan kanino?
nung pangyayari kasi in-expect nila na ako ang unang kikilos.
Iba naman yung impormasyon ko. Si Congressman Paduano na magtatanong sa iyo. Hindi ikaw ang pipiit, isang tao na wala na rito sa mundo dahil din dyan sa okasyon na yan. Di ba?
Yes, Your
Hindi.
Honor. That's
Ikaw,
why
kasama ka sa plano kasi walang mangyayari sa piitan na yon kung hindi mo alam o kung ayaw mo. Tama po ba?
ganun po, Your Honor, Mr. Chair.
May nangyayari sa piitan na hindi mo nalalaman?
Ganun po ang nangyari.
O nangyari lang dito sa pangyayaring ito?
Opo, opo.
Okay. Yun po yung inyong depensa. Yung pong paggalugad, kanino pong utos talaga yun? Para magkaroon ng kasalanan yung dalawang PDL para mabartolina sila. At anong yung paggalugad din dun sa foreign part ng inyong detention?
Yun po ang
Sino po ginalugad din po sila para sila mapunta sa Bartolina? Tama po? Sino nag-utos nun?
Tulad ng sinabi ko po, mayroon po akong
Tinatanong ko lang po kung sino ang nag-utos.
sa security operation po.
Security operation. Sino po yun?
Ang security operation ko during that time is Robert Quinto.
Quinto. Tinuturo mo na dahil patay na siya.
Hindi po.
Di ba?
Siya po ang...
Hindi nga, patay na siya, di ba?
Yes, Your Honor. Pero
Yes, binaril din siya. Kaya huwag na tayong pumunta ron. Kasi kanina, nung last hearing, sinabi ni Tiniente Poro na ang nag-utos ng paggalugad doon sa lugar ng mga incheck at saka yung dalawang PDL, kayo po ang tinuro. It's a matter of record. Nandun po. Kaya, ginawa yung galugan na yun para magkaroon ng dahilan para madala sila sa Bartolina kung saan sila papatayin. Kasi, nandun din dun sa statement na sinabi nung dalawang nautusan na papatay na mahirapan sila dahil nandun sa ibang lugar, yung 3 inchik, at nasa ibang lugar sila. Kaya ginawa ng paraan na mapupunta sila sa iisang lugar, sa selda number 6 ng Bartolina. Tapos, inamin din ng iyong in charge sa Bartolina na punong-puno yung Bartolina. Pero yung selda number 6, dadalawa lang ang nandun. At doon din nala yung 3 inchik na pinatay. Kaya, kung tutuusin, kung ikaw ay investigador talaga, makikita mo na parang may plano. Di ba? Ikaw na rin nagsabi.
Meron po
Sabi
talaga.
mo na may plano.
Meron po talaga.
Yes.
Your Honor.
Kaya lang, ang sinasabi mo, hindi ka kasama sa plano, pero hindi naman mangyayari po ito kung tatanggihan nyo o hindi nyo papayagan. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Congressman Nakop. The next to interpolate is Congressman Paduano. You're recognized.
Thank you, Chairman. Anyway, Mr. Chairman, Ito lang po, Colonel Padilla. Kasi buo na po yung puzzle. Buo na namin po. Ngayon, we're just requesting you to tell the truth. Now, in my question, pag hindi mo kayang sagutin in public, you will just tell me na mag-executive, you will request for an executive session. Okay?
Kaya nga po, humihingi po ako ng for an executive session.
Kaya nga po, tanungin muna kita, just to establish the premise that indeed,
Di ba, Your Honor?
you can be allowed for your request. Okay? Ano lang po, premise lang.
Sige po.
Okay? Sabihin mo lang pag hindi mo masagot. Okay? Sa executive session na lang, just in case. Okay? Now, number one, actually, Colonel Padilla, based on our investigation, alam namin, you're the most less corrupt in Davao Penal Colony. Alam po namin yon. Na-check na po namin yung records. Na-check na rin po namin yung mga statements coming from your peers during that time. For example, if I ask you, do you know Dr. Derla?
Yes.
Di ba he was also ambushed, but fortunately, nabuhay.
Yes, Your Honor.
Tama. And the time he was assigned. Di ba? He was assigned in Davao Penal Colony.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Now, so alam mo yon. Alam mo rin siguro ang kwento doon. Alam mo, di ba? And can you commit to us that you will divulge the reason behind?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Second, wag na tayo. Ito, actually, yung bagong ano mo, yung 9 to 11 mo, mali ito eh. Hindi totoo to eh. Hindi totoo yung paragraph 9, 10, 11 in your affidavit. Hindi totoo po to. Kasi, if I ask you, kanina tinanong ka ni Chairman Ako with regards to the galugad, malinaw po, walang pakialam na si Quinto the time. Sinabi na po ni Foro na at your orders, galugudin. Maggaluga doon sa INCHEC at saka sa dalawang PDL. Established na po yon. Now, sabi mo dito, during the time of duty ka na nung nangyari, di ba? Tama? Okay. Now, if you are off duty, sino naka-duty during the time? Second, high-ranking, kasi 24/7 dapat yan, di ba, Bucor?
Yes
sa inyo?
po, Your
Sino
Honor.
yung next? Of course, your deputy.
Deputy po, supposed to be. In absence of deputy,
No, ang tinatanong ko ngayon, sino? Sino yung nandun?
Commander of the Guards po.
Eh, saan si Quinto during the time?
Wala po doon. Outside, dahil nakatira po sa labas.
So, wala siya.
Wala siya.
Wala rin siyang travel sa Manila during the official travel during the time.
Parang nagkaroon po ng parang may Wednesday siguro. Sabado po nung nangyari.
Yeah,
Parang
August 13. Chinek ko na po yung records eh. August 13, he was not during the week.
Yes.
Tama?
Ganun
Okay.
po.
Kaya yung statement po dito, na yung security for operation, blah, 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 Robert Quinto, patay na yun eh. Pero alam ko rin yung kwento dito, alam mo rin siguro.
Yes.
Okay. Next question. Is Dr. Derla and, ito sinabi ko na kanina, you're the most less corrupt. Ito, with due respect, of course, to former colonel, now deceased, Quinto. Alam mo naman yung relasyon ni Quinto, ni Derla sa tatlong Chinese, especially kay Tony Lim. Alam mo yun, di ba?
Yes, Your Honor.
Now, can you divulge it during the executive session?
Yes, Your Honor.
At least para lang po maklear din natin yung pangalan ni Quinto with regards to that killing.
Kaya nga po, humihingi ako ng...
Okay na. I just want to establish muna. Kaya nga, nung nakarang hearing pa, sinabi ko na alam na po namin yung puzzle. Tapos na po yun. And when in fact, siguro, I just want to confirm to you, during the first hearing, kaya hindi mo po masabi-sabi na nakausap mo si Garma because, alam mo, si Garma, her record, dun sa Davao, di ba? As CIDG, as Chief of Police of a station, di ba? Very close to the President, di ba? Alam mo yun, di ba? Kaya medyo wala kang choice.
Yes. That's true.
The same as true for all those persons involved in this particular plan. Tama?
Yes.
Okay. Now, so, do you commit, sabihin mo na lahat, na hindi na ako magtatanong doon. Sabihin mo na yun narrate na lang doon sa executive session po.
Yes.
Kasi gusto ko rin i-clear yung pangalan ni Deputy Superintendent Quinto with regards to what happened.
Yes, Your
Pero I
Honor,
will not
Mr. Chair.
clear his name with regards to his affiliation with the three Chinese. And pwede natin, well in fact, kilala mo rin, si Macariola. Tama?
Yes, Your Honor.
Tila ba? And do you confirm that Macariola is very close to classmate ni Quinto?
Yes, Your Honor, Mr.
Oo.
Chair.
Di ba? Okay, tell all ka na doon. Ayaw pa. Ayaw kasi as stated by Congressman Acop, pag hindi ka nagsabi ng totoo, we will cut short your statement
Yes,
during the
Your Honor.
executive session.
Yes, Your Honor.
Tsaka po, marami pa po eh. May mga complication ka kasi. Ang dami dito. For example, Inspector Glasse. Ito, Glasse. Inspector Edgardo Mendoza. Chief Inspector Roque. Now assigned in Sablayan. Si Glasse nasa NBP ngayon, di ba? Tama?
Davao po.
Davao pa rin. Okay. Now, si Roque is in Sablayan.
In Davao po.
In Davao pa rin. O, tama. And marami pa po. Mga names. Kasi we have already checked. Pero as I've stated, I hope you will say it all during the executive session. Kasi, again, let me stress, ikaw po, less corrupt ka. Doon sa loob ng ano po.
Thank you po.
Nakuha ko na po yung background mo. Kaya lang, I do believe na na-pressure ka lang, kaya tell all na. Tell all na kasi wala na eh. And you will be retiring by November, di ba? Tama. Kasi baka magpatong-patong pang kaso mo because of this. Okay? So, you commit na to this committee. Okay, ha?
Yes po, Your
Okay.
Honor, Mr.
That's all, Mr. Chairman. He has already committed and let's see what will happen during the executive session. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Congressman Paduano. The next to interpolate is Congressman Benny Abante. You are recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Magandang tanghali po, Superintendent Padilla. Marami nang naitanong sa inyo at ako'y nagpapasalamat sa inyong mga sagot. I hope that you're really honest enough today sapagkat sinabi nga po ni Congressman Acop na yung inyong unang affidavit na pinadala rito ay pawang kasinungalingan. No? At ngayon, bagong affidavit ninyo ay talagang sinasabi ni po ninyo that you are now telling the truth and nothing but the truth. Ni ba?
Yes po.
O,
Your Honor,
nabanggit
Mr.
po ninyo rito ang pag-uusap po ninyo ng CIDG Officer Royina Garma. Babanggitin ko uli ang pinag-usapan ninyo. Ang sabi sa inyo na Chief Garma, and I quote, may mga tao kami dyan na gagawa at wag mo nang questionin. And whether you like it or not, we will operate and do not interfere. Baka madamay pa pamilya mo. Alam mo na si Congressman, Colonel Garma, babae, di ba?
Yes po.
Ibig niyo sabihin na iniwala kayo na ang isang babae pwedeng sabihin to sa inyo?
Hawak po nila ang...
Alright. Sinabi nyo that you were nagkaroon kayo ng intense pressure. Yung intense pressure, ibig sabihin natakot kayo, sinabi niya. Kayo ba ay nagkaroon ng intense pressure sa kanyang sinabi o sa isip ninyo, meron pang tao behind what Chief Garma said at mas mataas po ito?
That's true.
Hindi po kayo natakot dun sa sinabi ni Chief Garma eh. Kinabahan kayo sapagkat alam ninyo na mayroong mas malaking tao behind what Chief Garma said.
Yes po.
Kanina po, nabanggit ninyo, tinanong po kayo ng isang colleague namin dito, about the former president. Binanggit niyo yung mayor pa siya. Ano po, nung si Chief Garma ay naging commander ba sa Davao?
Si DG po.
O therefore, ang binabanggit ninyo, ito, yung pong behind the big person, sa sinabi po ni Chief Garma, ay inyong ini-implicate ang ating Pangulo, ang ating former president. Ganun po ba?
Hindi ko naman po in-implicate, pero hawak po sila ng mas mataas.
Okay, ibig sabihin yan, hawak po si Chief Garma ng mas mataas. At ang mas mataas niyan ay ang dating Pangulo. Tama ho ba ako?
Yes, Your Honor, Mr. Chair.
Okay. Mr. Chair, yun lamang po, sapagkat atin narinig na binanggit po ni Superintendent Padilla na merong mas mataas kaya siya natakot tungkol sa sinabi ni Chief Garma. Salamat po.
Thank you, Congressman Abante. The last to interpolate is our Senior Deputy Speaker, Dong Gonzales. You are recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Good morning, Colonel Padilla.
Yes, Your Honor, Mr. Chair. Good morning.
Medyo nanginginig pa po yung kamay nyo ngayon, o hindi na? Hindi na po, no? Last August 28, medyo hindi ka masyadong kalmando. May tanong lang po ako sa inyo. Naniniwala ka na ngayon, tinanong ko si Tata, na tumawag si Colonel Garma sa inyo. At sabi mo, hindi mo nakausap. So, tinatanggap mo na ngayon na nag-usap kayo ni Colonel Garma.
Yes, Your Honor, Mr. Chair. In fact, hindi ko po sana nasagot nung previous kasi I am worry of my
safety.
Salamat,
Colonel Padilla. Ngayon, Colonel Padilla, meron na po akong hawak dito na sinumpahang salaysay ni Ginoong Leopoldo Tan na naging subject ng nakaraang investigasyon noong April 28, 2024 sa page number. Comsec, pwede po pakiabot lang kay Colonel Padilla po ito. Colonel Padilla, yung pong tatlo po yung nakabilog, gusto ko lang pong marinig ng mga miyembro at mga nakikinig sa buong mundo. Pwede niyo pong basahin yung number 28?
Number 28 po.
Number 28 po. Sa salaysay ni Leopoldo Tan.
Habang naglalakad kami,
Pakilapit po yung mikropono.
habang naglalakad kami papuntang investigation section, tumunog ang cellphone ni Superintendent Padilla. Nakita ko na pinindot ni Superintendent Padilla ang kanyang cellphone. Nadinig ko na sinabi nung tumawag kay Superintendent Padilla, "Congrats, Superintendent Padilla, job well done." Pero grabe yung ginawa mo, ginawang tinuguan.
Medyo mahina po yung mikropono. Pakiulit lang po yung last sentence.
Pero grabe yung ginawa mong dinuguan.
Oh.
29, alam ko
Sige
na...
po, number 29.
Number
Pakibasa po yung
29
number
po.
29.
Alam ko na ang kausap ni Superintendent Padilla ay si Presidente Duterte dahil familiar ko ang boses niya.
At number 30 po. Pakibasa yung number 30.
Pagkatapos ng tawag, sabi ni Superintendent Padilla sa mga kasamahan niya doon, tumawag si Presidente, nag-congrats sa akin. Dahil sa sinabing ito ni Superintendent Padilla, kaya lalo akong napaniwala na ang tumawag sa kanya ay si President Duterte.
Colonel Padilla, ngayon nandito ko po sa harap ng mga miyembro ng Kongreso. Nasa harap ka po ng mga kapwa natin Pilipino nanonood. Ang dami-dami nanonood sa atin. At maraming nanonood all over the country, all over the world. May tanong po ako sa inyo. naniniwala po ba kayo sa sinabi ni Leopoldo Tan sa number 28, 29 at 30?
Mr. Chairman, if I may.
Okay, Congressman Fernandez.
With the indulgence of Senior Deputy Speaker, no, I think we're dealing deeply, with this discussion. And I'm just worried about the safety of Superintendent Padilla. Considering that he is a 64-year-old retiring in a couple of months, and at the same time, his family lives in Davao City. He is asking for an executive session, and he continually insisting that he be given a chance on an executive session. We all know that the sensitivity of the issue that we are tackling right now, and it entails the life of the people that love this guy. Although, Mr. Chairman, we have seen some inaccuracy on the new affidavits that he submitted to us, but nevertheless, we cannot counter, yung buhay na maaaring mawala sa mga testimonyang ibibigay niya dito sa ating kapulungan. And I think it is incumbent upon all of us to think about the family of Superintendent Padilla. Last hearing, I hardly questioned the Superintendent Padilla because I know that he was lying. And indeed, with the change of affidavit that he subscribed right now, I think somehow he's telling the truth. But not completely. Because there is an apprehension on his part. And considering the safety of his children and his family, I think it is just proper for us to finally, ipagkalaw po natin sa kanya yung request niya doon po sa executive session. And he divulged a lot of things. The name of Garma, the name of Edilberto Leonardo, na nabanggit kanina, the former president as well. And I think, Mr. Chairman, this is high time that pagbigyan na po natin si Superintendent Padilla. And if I may, Mr. Chair, kasi you are reading a lot of documents. Those documents that you are reading right now pertains to what? Superintendent Padilla.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Tungkol po saan yung mga dokumentong yan?
Ito po yung logbook ng ship commander during the event.
Can you kindly submit that to us? Can we have that documents?
Yes, Your Honor, Mr. Chair.
Okay, sige. Thank you so much. And with that, Mr. Chairman, I move that we convene our Quadcom into an executive session.
Before the
Chairman.
chair rules
Mr. Chair.
on that motion by Congressman Dan Fernandez, allow the chair to recognize our Deputy Speaker, Robbie Puno. You are recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Just a quick question to edify this representation, Mr. Chairman. In the issue of in the consideration of a request for an executive session, may I inquire what are the criteria for deciding whether we do or do not grant this request? Is it completely at the discretion of subject to a vote by the body? Or do we consider personal safety? Do we consider national security? Or other factors? May I please ask the chair for clarification on that issue?
Well, in reply to Congressman Robbie Puno, if the committee, this is section 37 of our rules, it says that if the committee, on the 6th paragraph, section 37, regular and special meetings, if the committee or subcommittee deems that the subject matter of the discussion in a public hearing may endanger national security or may be offensive to decency or public morals, it shall conduct the meeting in an executive session. In our case, the parliamentary status is that Congressman Dan Fernandez made a motion to convert this hearing into an executive session. Earlier, there was a manifestation by Congressman Keith Flores and Congressman Abante objecting to the request that we grant executive session to Colonel Padilla. So, since there are objections and the motion is proper at the moment, then let us vote on the motion of
Mr. Chairman.
Congressman Dan
Mr. Chair.
Fernandez.
Mr. Chair, if I may, Mr. Chairman,
Okay.
because prior to the motion that I manifested a while ago, the objection of Congressman Kit Flores and the Chairman Abante, there were no proper motion that was moved by the two of them. They have manifested their objection on having a executive session in relation to the letter that was given to us by Superintendent Padilla. So I think the proper objection must be done on the motion that I have manifested on this Quadcom, Mr. Chairman.
Okay,
Mr.
let
Chair,
it be
Mr. Chair.
okay, Congressman Abante.
I think there was a motion made by Congressman Keith Flores. Now, I'd like to explain my objection, Mr. Chair. No?
Okay.
Number one,
there is a motion by Congressman Dan Fernandez to convert this hearing into an executive session. Earlier, there was a manifestation made by Congressman Keith Flores as an objection to that request of Colonel Padilla, and which was also stated by Congressman Benny Abante, objecting to the same request. Now, since we want to decide this collectively as a body, we would like to give both the members of this committee who objected and state for the record the reason why they objected to in the motion to grant executive session to Colonel Padilla. So we would like to hear the objection first of Congressman Abante and then Congressman Keith Flores. Congressman Abante, you're recognized.
yes, Mr. Chair, with due respect to my co-chair, Dan Fernandez, I objected because, number one, Superintendent Padilla already made it public and he has answered many questions already. As far as his affidavit is concerned. And number two, Mr. Chair, he has already actually implicated the former president by my questions, Mr. Chair, on the issue of the killing of the 3 Chinese drug lords. Yun lang po ang gusto kong sabihin, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Congressman Abante. Congressman Flores, you have the floor.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Mr. Chair, in light of the manifestation of Chairman Dan Fernandez, I will give Colonel Padilla a chance, Mr. Chair, to answer questions which he thinks should only be disclosed during an executive session.
Thank you, Congressman Flores. So now, we will now rule on the motion of Congressman Dan Fernandez.
Mr. Chair, can I ask for a 1-minute suspension?
On the
please?
question raised by Congressman Robbie Puno, does the gentleman from Antipolo is satisfied with the reply of the chair?
Just a further clarification, Mr. Chairman.
Please proceed.
The response that I hear from the chairman seems to suggest that the position taken by Colonel Padilla has been that it is for his personal safety that he wants an executive session. And according to the rules that you have stated, Mr. Chairman, that's not one of the criteria for granting an executive session.
But,
That's
Mr. Chair,
all, Mr. Chairman.
Among others, the reason that Colonel Padilla cited is the safety, his personal safety and his family's safety. Now, we will grant him an executive session, listen to his revelation, and we will decide whether indeed the session that we will have with him is an executive session where we cannot disclose to the public what we discussed in this executive session. So it is still up to the committee to whether we will make public the disclosure or the revelation that will be made by Colonel Padilla in our executive session.
That's clear, very clear, Mr. Chairman. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Congressman
Mr. Chair, may
Puno.
I ask for a 1-minute suspension, please?
1 minute suspension. Hearing is resumed.
Mr. Chair.
Congressman SDS Dong Gonzales first, and then Congressman Benny Abante. SDS Gonzales,
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. For all those reasons, I will now give way. I will stop my line of questioning to Colonel Padilla to give way for the executive session.
Thank you.
Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Congressman Gonzales. Yes, Congressman
Mr. Chair,
Abante.
in respect to my good friend who will become the governor of Laguna, I accede to the request of the COM to give Superintendent Padilla an executive session. Thank you.
Okay, so there is a motion to convert this hearing into an executive session. Duly seconded. Are there any objections? Hearing none, the motion is carried. At this point, we'd like to ask everyone who are not members of the House of Representatives to please proceed outside. We will call you back after we finish the executive session, including the media. Okay? Please,
Paki-turn off po yung camera, ha, please.
bring your cameras outside, and no other personnel in this room except the members of the House of Representatives and the Secretariat. Okay, all pages, please make sure that the resource persons are out. Please enjoy. There's lunch to be served outside. May lunch tayo, no? Page? Oh. Okay, lunch have been served. Okay, sa baba. So please, we will call you back. Dun
finish
sa
nung
plenary.
huli. Hindi,
For-
dito po, dito. Dito sa, di ba
Oh,
po
yeah,
may
oh,
attendance
I think,
tayo, Chairman?
Comsec?
Hindi po ako nai-present dito. Tinapos ko yung hearing last quad hearing.
Can you please inform the Committee on Rules that Congressman Lara was present in the last hearing? Okay, Secretariat, labas muna. Oh, sorry, hindi pala Secretariat. Sorry, may iwan lang yung mga comsecs. Okay, mga comsecs lang. The rest, please. At saka one stenographer lang. O, technical, merong there's no video, pero naririnig pa rin yung ating usapan. Lang, kasi I think live streaming tayo, di ba? So, yung live stream siguro, can we temporarily turn off the volume and the audio and the video of our live streaming? Lagyan nyo na lang executive session. Yan pala. Yan. Hello, yan. Okay, so, okay. Okay, so Secretariat, only comsecs will stay at saka isang stenographer. Dalawa. Okay, 2 stenographers. Okay, yung technical please yung live streaming medyo temporarily cut off the video and the audio. Meron pa. Technical. Sige, hindi na lang tayo magma-mic. Kasi nakakonekta pala yung audio natin dun sa baba. So can we ask everybody to please come forward? Come closer to the